Is Bob here, by the way? Okay, yeah, he is. Okay,
What's up,
so
Chuckle Fuck?
now, just to recap, things we were looking to accomplish. Um, One, the candy shop grand opening. That is done. Second, there were talks of moving against the Hive. Um, to do so, you guys had discussed hiring a privateer or pirate to harass Hive shipping lanes between them and a faction known as the Skippers, who are the primary suspect for them getting whale oil.
I'm sorry, do we know where the skippers move between?
They don't really have a base of operation. They're pretty much fully nomadic.
Okay.
There is also the Grand Admiral John Paul Jones,
Yes.
who is a pirate. Um, he is a former privateer turned independent, considered a terrifying captain. He has also been able to provide whale oil historically. Um, so,
It
what's up?
it sounds like that we should begin by talking to the Dread Admiral, who I don't remember his first name, but I'm feeling good about Hiram Goldtooth.
Yara Goldtooth.
That's the one.
So cutting off those two trade lines, and in addition, cutting off. You can't really cut off their trade with you guys. Since the Hive is by necessity a major trading partner of the hub, you would have to turn their two satellite settlements as well. You'd have to get the rice fields and Shrimptown on board. Otherwise, the Hive can just lock up and starve you guys out.
Yep.
You do have to convert them, because in the trial you did just kind of present yourselves as a PMC for a candy shop. That's all you've presented yourself as. So that's the Hive front. On the Iron Legion front, last we saw, they were returning to lick their wounds after the defeat at the flotilla. Though that wasn't turned to your advantage, as Mem and Gray had done some groundwork before you guys even got there. So on the Iron Legion front, you would have to figure out a way to get the flotilla back to normal or wipe it out. And I don't think you guys had any grander plans than that at the moment for the Iron Legion, besides the direct assault to retake the refinery.
Which I feel like would be a bad idea right now. I mean, I guess they are kind of at like their weakest point because a lot of them are kind of out of commission-ish. But
So interesting thing on that. Skater Kid is going to show up. He has two message in a bottle for you. One from Reginald, one from Ronnie. You guys haven't heard from these guys in a little bit. These guys are just, reminder, your covert agents in the Hive and the Iron Legion.
well, let's start with Ronnie.
So Ronnie is apologizing for the lack of communication. He's been basically hiding a non-person for the past couple of days because shit has gotten wild. In short, there is an impending civil war in the Iron Legion.
Interesting.
The Cayman came back on the warpath, and it looks as if he's just waiting for support in various forms. The Fringe Marquis shockingly did survive the flotilla, and
This is not shocking.
Yeah, I guess Captain Dumont survived, so he would too. He is injured and is not able to be used at the moment. So, if the Civil War kicked off, it seems like the Fringe Marquis would fall on the side of the Cayman, but he wouldn't be of much help right now.
Who is the civil war between? Is there information about that?
Oh, yes. So, basically, the Iron Dragon is the current leader of the Iron Legion. And the civil war would be between him and the Cayman. The Iron Dragon would be like the sovereign citizen aspect of it. Meanwhile, the Cayman would represent the more... He would basically elevate the assimilated tribes, cut down on their weird sovereign citizen cult disposition, and would essentially try and integrate some of the stuff they've picked up better rather than just, exploiting it.
So would that be considered potentially a victory for us if we just had Cayman at the head of the two?
If you can... He does still think Charlie killed his best friend. He doesn't know you guys brought Sal Jr. back.
Didn't I give that message to the, what's his name? What was the guy in the Goliath?
The Ironmonger has not made it back to the refinery yet.
I see.
He's slow, he big.
He has encountered a shocking amount of resistance on his way back to the refinery, and has gotten lost several times.
I see.
Because he didn't actually walk there the first time, he just took a teleporter. He's not familiar with this part of the town.
I see. I'm assuming he is very hard for me to find as well.
Whenever you try and look near him, it's just a massive dead zone. Because cold iron.
But can I see where he is?
So, you ever look in a hall of mirrors and it's like if you focus really hard, you can see a hallway, and then you walk into a mirror anyway?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of similar looking at it.
I'm not trying to see him. Do I have an idea of where he is on a large scale?
Like whenever you're looking into the area he is, it's just deeply confusing for you.
Okay. So in other words, I can't really get him a message on glass?
You could try and spam it in like a 5-mile radius around him, but there's no guarantee.
Okay. I will not guarantee. Or I will not do that, because that's leaving too much glass around.
Okay. So the big players are the Iron Dragon, a guy named LaForgia who's on the side of the Iron Dragon, the talent who makes cold iron is on the Iron Dragon side.
That makes sense.
And let me just check something here. Sorry.
Forget, do Tristan and Ronnie know each other?
They are aware of each other because they've both been doing stuff, but they haven't really interacted in any major way. The guy that makes the alarm bells and the Iron Rain person are also on the Iron Dragon side.
Okay, that would be Xylophone and Iron Sweet Tooth.
Xylophone summons giant metal pillars that make sound.
Got it.
I thought that the guy that makes the chimes that give them information.
Yeah, wasn't that the iron version of Sweet Tooth?
No. He does like nails and stuff.
Got it.
I
got the impression that was just one of his things that he had worked with, and he had also done the bells. But that was probably me just making poor assumptions.
Yeah. No, the Iron Legion actually has a surprisingly large number of talents. On the Cayman side, it would probably be Tristan, though he's not out of the closet yet, the Fringe Marquis, and the Ironmonger, as they are all tribals.
Is there a way for us to safely get a message to the Cayman?
He's currently in the refinery, so they're not like directly because they have the alarm system. But if you get one to Ronnie, he might be able to smuggle it. It would be dangerous for him because everything's on high alert right now. But he can
Yeah.
try it.
I don't think it's worth it.
Probably not. Can Skater Kid see get to the Ironmonger? Is he like aware of him? Or is that impossible for him to see too?
Skater Kid will tell you he cannot be sentient near the Ironmonger.
Okay.
Ronnie's estimation, if you guys don't take action, it's pretty even, but Ronnie puts the odds on the Iron Dragon to win, which would be technically bad for the Iron Legion overall, but also like it would make them weaker because he would wipe out a number of stronger talents. But also it would
It also kind of removes our good options.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a time frame?
Ronnie's not certain, but he is. It looks like it's not going to happen immediately.
Okay.
But Ronnie is saying the Iron Dragon has been meeting a lot of strange people lately. Like he's been going out and like contacting people, and Ronnie says that's
Okay.
unusual behavior for him, and he doesn't know where he's going.
So in the return message to Ronnie, I would like to note for him to keep an eye out for the Spanish doubloons that signal us a connection with Mammon Gray.
All right.
That is something specific that we want to look out for
All right.
and be prepared for.
He will keep an eye out.
Do we have anything else we want to note for him? I know he tends to do well just as a free actor. Would it be easier for Ronnie to deliver a message to the Ironmonger than to the Cayman?
Ronnie currently has no idea where the Ironmonger is.
Yeah, but wouldn't he be a lot easier to get hold of when he got back than the Cayman? Which, that is still waiting for him to get back, but if he knows he's coming back,
If
he could be
Wayne
ready
comes
to
back,
drop that
then
off.
He can still try. If he feels it's risky, he won't. If you want to keep.
Yeah. So that might be. I would imagine that it will be very easy for the Ironmonger to be in the same location as the Cayman, and those two won't have trouble interacting. So I kind of want to use Ronnie to give a message to the Cayman that we have Sao Jr. alive and okay.
The Ironmonger already has that message. You gave him that back in the flotilla,
I need to restart my computer. It's
Got it.
having a heart attack.
or not in the flotilla, but like.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So he does have that message.
Yeah, you got.
Okay, so he's just not back. Sorry, I think I had a brain fart. I haven't been sleeping great, so
No,
I've had a few of those
sorry,
recently.
I am also going over a lot of notes right now.
Let's put this on hold for Derek when he gets back.
Okay. But
I have returned.
if you guys want to brainstorm ideas for how to approach the Civil War, I didn't know you left, Chris. I am so sorry.
What? Oh, that's okay. I didn't say anything because I thought it was going to be quick, but it ended up being a lot longer.
Fair enough. So key point is, you guys don't really know when the Civil War is going to start, but you might have to do something, otherwise it's not currently favoring you guys.
We could assassinate someone.
That would probably help.
Ronnie is pretty confident he could assassinate one or two people. He would just have to get the fuck out of Dodge immediately afterwards.
Interesting. Would that be enough to tip?
He's
The scales?
not sure. He's not sure who the Iron Dragon is meeting.
Is the Iron Dragon leaving? No, he would probably have the bells on him. He would know.
The Iron Dragon would have the bells on him, and he has been leaving. Ronnie has said, "Oh, one thing Ronnie would let you know: The Iron Dragon actually has a giant actual Iron Dragon. He doesn't just have the little snapdragons anymore.
Good to
It
know.
looks like the Gear Boys finished a project to make a big dragon.
God, he's a weeb. Is it made out of cold iron?
It is not. It is a living forge, though, it seems like.
Good to know. That's actually kind of neat. Okay. I. Does anyone else have ideas of how we can interfere positively?
And I reckon we can, a positive first step to take would be to, like, do some of the disruption of the paths, I think. Like, get Yarrow Goldtooth and his twisted view on piracy.
Okay.
And then
I'm trying to think about Iron.
War.
Okay.
It might be a good idea to find and see if we can somehow open a narrative with the Cayman, since he seemed to be pretty damn well respected in the group.
I mean, you do know that Xander listened to him, if only slightly, which speaks very highly of the man's leadership capabilities.
Yeah. Hello, Derek.
Welcome back, Derek.
I really can't believe that you just said that us killing Xander was a mistake, and that would basically have solved the problem.
Oh, that actually does remind me. One of the note sections here. One of the undecided groups is Xander's Golden Colt.
That's funny.
They're a significant number. They're not strong.
I was gonna say, aren't they super weak because their armor sucks?
Super weak because they replaced iron with gold. Their armor is incredibly heavy and soft, but they work great as cannon fodder.
I get the impression that we don't really need cannon fodder for the fights we'll be going into.
I definitely think cannon fodder for the Civil War would be good, though.
Yeah.
I mean, that would, it'd be great to have them on the side, but,
Your computer working properly now, Derek?
Yeah, I plugged in one of my old USB drives to it and tried to put a file on it, and my whole computer locked up.
Oh. Yeah, I
So-
see it.
That USB drive has been consigned to the dustbin.
Yeah.
If you're cold, they're cold. Put them in your
I'll
workstation.
put your work computer.
That's a good point. I should have kept it around.
Just to be clear, I was just saying that little doodah because Derek joined. Was trying to throw him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It did remind me of something, so that's good.
I don't remember who the person you were talking about was. So.
Actually, were you there for the roommate battle? I don't think you were. That's a shame.
Deeply unfortunate.
Doesn't
Xander
sound
was
familiar.
Avery's old roommate. Just the worst.
This has been mentioned, yes.
Okay. So, Derek, would Captain Dumont have any input for the upcoming Iron Legion Civil War, you think? Same goes for Propulsion, Carronade. Or no, not Carronade. John. Sorry, it's John now. Mr. President.
You know what? Captain Dumont is going to be dressed like a stereotypical Che Guevara impersonator, in a big old cigar and everything, and say, "We must liberate them from the oppressors!" Still with the most obnoxious British accent out there.
That feels so wrong.
Yes.
All right, fair enough. Anyway, it's not happening immediately, so we can think on this for like a day or two. If you guys need time to plan. The second bottle is much more pressing. This is Reginald's. He has two things for you. One is a slave collar he was able to requisition using his position.
Cool.
So you guys can study it. And second is he has a moral quandary for you guys. There is a slave ship that currently there is an independent group working to basically steal the ship and drive it north to the northern docks where they can free the slaves. Reginald has three options here. One, he can help them, which would guarantee the slaves would make it to freedom, but he would risk being caught. Not like outed as a spy, but he could use his position to fudge some numbers, change a patrol. At worst, he might be like demoted, but the people would be free. Second, he could do nothing, which is like it's a 50-50 if they succeed or not. Or the final option, he could report the plot and he would immediately get a higher position in the hive and be better able to mess with their operation.
I feel like we can't have him interact. I think he has to turn a blind eye to this one. Like, risking... Do we have, like,
no
odds?
risk for him turning in the plot.
Well, yeah, but that's also, like...
Evil, yeah.
That does not align with our general morals. There is a risk, though, if he helps out.
Yes.
I don't know how big a risk, but operating under the assumption that it will happen if there's a risk, like, that's probably bad. That's going to be a lot less mobility for him.
Mm-hmm.
Reginald is competent enough to make it seem like he's just incompetent versus outwardly malicious. Like, he wouldn't be outed as a saboteur. It would be like, you're a fucking idiot, more than that.
I'm aware of this. It would just be like... It would make it harder for him to do stuff, which
I
might...
just wanted to clarify the stakes as well.
And there's still a chance they'll succeed without him.
About a 50-50, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any way we can interfere?
If you guys would like to do a job in the hive, like bust on over there, and you could do a subversive action, you could create a distraction by just like launching an assault, but all of those would have consequences.
I think we unfortunately have to leave it as is. Again, I feel like whenever these moral things pop up, I'm the only one who talks. Does everyone agree with that? Does anyone have different thoughts?
What if we intercept the ship ourselves?
You'd have to get there pretty fast, and I would...
We have a lot of fast movers.
You do. You would probably have to hide the spirit of the unknown, otherwise you're basically announcing that it's you guys.
Yeah.
Was it... This is against the Hive, right?
Yes.
Captain Dumont did make an enormous thing of how he is not actually affiliated with the candy shop, right?
That's true.
He did. Yeah. So that would help, but at the same time, during the breakout, they did kind of note that, hey, the candy shop sure is helping them. Sure is helping him.
I don't.
Escape.
Did we?
No.
Oh wait, no, yeah, John wasn't recognized as a member of the candy shop yet, was he?
I also don't think he was recognized.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I could think of is I know Chivalry made a roll.
Yeah, I don't think it's reasonable for them to have that note.
Huh. Yeah, I guess it was just John and Dumont, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, yeah.
I think I actually remember an interaction. I remember that Chivalry was going to go do something, and Reginald was like, hey.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Got it. Okay. In that case, yeah, the Spirit of the Unknown is considered an independent entity still.
So why doesn't the Spirit of the Unknown just fucking grab up everybody we've got who's allies, but who are wink wink not affiliated with the candy shop, who'd like to go on an outing?
Realistically, you could probably, like, I don't like sending you on your own, but like, you might be enough.
It is an armed ship. It might be a confrontation, like an actual.
He just needs to run a little bit of interference to tip the scales, right?
It would be like interference in the hive would do it, but if it's on the ship, you would have to kill the captain and like commandeer it.
Yar har.
So I was thinking Derek's intent, and correct me if I'm wrong, was to go to the ship and whatever sabotage was happening, assist that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
I mean,
Is that
if
an
they're attempting
internal-
to do sabotage, that's going to be very much made easier by the Spirit of the Unknown showing up flamboyantly, cannons firing.
So the plan was to basically it was all paperwork. It was going to get to a satellite settlement at the hive, and what they were going to do was they were just going to have the people checking the ship be on board, and they were going to say, "Oh yeah, all the slaves died. We have to send the ship back." And they were just gonna,
Okay.
They were just going to kill the captain and sail it to the northern docks. Like full subversive. The problem would be if the hive would notice, which is where Reginald could help out.
Yeah. Reginald, or
That makes Dumont helping out a lot harder.
Still kind of want to do it anyway.
Yeah, it might be less you doing it on the Spirit of the Unknown, and more be you going down there and causing a interaction distraction. You could probably take John with you, since no one's going to notice him anyway. Hello.
Violet
How'd you
screams
do
as
it?
you announce yourself. So scared.
Well, I'm open to suggestions.
I think that's
I'm just
honestly a
saying.
great idea.
I'm just saying we have a deniable asset here. Let's make use of it.
yeah.
Dumont and John can go. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, the candy shop's not doing anything.
It's just these
don't even know.
goddamn pirates.
Captain Dumont is going to be wearing a combination of stereotypical pirate getup and a CIA agent's suit and earpiece.
Okay.
So what would Captain Dumont be doing here, guys? Fill me in. What am I? Not
I'm not
attacking
sure
the
what you're
ship?
doing.
I
No,
think
you're so
distracting patrol ships that would go and save them.
you're basically making it so that they're not going to have time to double check the fact that all the slaves on the ship aren't dead. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah. So Reginald doesn't have the full plot, but basically, in the satellite settlement, where they check the slaves for disease before entering the hive itself, more than half of the staff are, like, abolitionists, which are a faction. It's a whole thing. They're an independent. They want the slaves free, but there's still, like, hive loyalists and mercenaries there that they would either have to kill or distract in order to falsify the report. And once they falsify the report, they seal up the ship with quarantine procedures, and then they just drive it out away from the hive. At that point, their agents on board the ship kill the remaining loyalists and sail it straight to the northern docks where slavery is outlawed.
So maybe Captain Dumont and the Spirit could go run interference on anybody who would want to check on the ship?
That sounds good to me. Do we have open communication with Reginald, or is it just like one message and probably shouldn't do more than that?
Reginald is able to reply pretty easily because he's not under scrutiny right now.
Yeah. That's part of why I don't want him to risk anything. Can we ask Reginald if he thinks that would be safe overall and get his opinion on the matter?
Yeah. If you ask, he'll send back a reply. Yeah, it's probably safe. The only issue is I don't know exactly who the abolitionists are. I don't have a list of names. They're pretty underground, so once you get there, you're gonna have a way to tell who's who.
Looks like Charlie's going.
I don't think I should, because I'm very obviously one of the people connected with the thing. I mean, I guess I could go and I would literally just have to stay in the cabin of the ship the entire time.
We also have the issue that many of our characters have like insane visual tells on who they are that are quite difficult to disguise.
Captain Dumont is a master of disguise.
Yeah.
He says, putting in his third CIA earpiece.
Ooh, where's that one going?
The third CIA earpiece goes. That one goes in
Same place the thermometer goes.
No, it's a very obvious location. The needle for heroin between your big and second toe, it goes in there.
Dumont never does heroin.
Yeah, but if you're impersonating a CIA agent.
And only when thematically appropriate.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to have one of those if you're impersonating a CIA agent. Like, you don't have to... You just have to make the needle hole.
Third eye when you can strain your third ear.
Do what that chess master did and use the butt plug.
No, he didn't do that. Stop.
They were beads. Okay, so... now, I will say, whoever is not going on this trip, Animal is going to knock on your door frame and go, "Hey guys, so we have some people looking to rent out those abandoned warehouses by the candy shop you own. If you guys want to...
I'd love to talk with him.
Alright.
And Bill will follow right after Sweet Tooth.
So anyone
Thank you.
not on the covert op is going to be handling the sales pitches.
And I would very much like Mr. President to be sitting next to Sweet Tooth, just in case.
Okay.
You don't have to do anything. You just need to be there.
Okay. And then, just so I don't have two characters in one scene, Amp is gonna go be a police officer.
Okay, wait. I want you to go into... Amp breaks into Chivalry's room, but like quietly.
No. There's no quiet with Amp. I kick the door open.
And you just pick Chivalry up and run out screaming, "Police!"
Chivalry is the one screaming. I'm like trying to pin a fucking badge into him. He's like, "No, stop!"
Oh, Chivalry already has parole officer emblazoned on his chest from Grey Wall.
Yeah, but I'm sticking a sheriff's pin.
Oh, I see.
I like to think this is like a toy sheriff's pin that he has.
Yes,
You're just standing there like belting out, "You got a friend in me!"
Yeah.
All right.
And then we take a run off.
So
Sam, I'm sorry. I think we're now doing two things that you didn't prepare for.
So Amp is now going to investigate the unicorn horn smuggling ring.
With Chivalry.
Right. With
You know what? Chivalry would be about that. That's fair.
Okay.
I was told by my supplier that they were ethically sourced.
I don't want to have this discussion again.
Okay. So first things first, it's John and Dumont on the trip to free the slaves, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think you guys need anything? Like, Charlie technically can go with that. That's just really risky, because he's, known and has no ability for stealth.
I could try to throw some armor on your ship beforehand.
Sure, yeah, I don't think it'll stick around past this adventure, but yeah.
Yeah, it won't.
Strange,
Go for it. Sounds fun.
strange ways of the spirit.
Like a zephyr on the wind. Alright, so as you two are gearing up in the dry dock, getting some metal welded onto you, you guys take off, sail onto the horizon. We'll cut back when you guys arrive because there's not going to be any major hitches on the trip there. First sales pitch, a guy walks in, 2 black eyes, missing half his teeth, a mouthful of broken glass would be kinder, going, "Yo, what's up? I'm Murder Joe. What's up?"
Whose scene is this? Sorry?
This is the sales pitch meeting.
Gotcha.
Are you a different person from Joey Murders?
He's my cousin.
Okay, what makes you different from him? What do you bring to the table?
Alright, hear me out. Hear me out. There is an untapped market for bloodshed in this town. Arena. 1v1, 2v2, environmental hazards, you name it. No powers. I dig the blood pit. I get the sand. We share the profit.
Do you heal the people afterwards?
Depends what you mean by heal.
Stop them from dying?
Ooh, oh man, that would interfere with the death matches. Ooh.
When you say you get the sand, are you saying you will provide sand for this, or is this somehow your payment? I'm a little lost here, bud.
It's
Think
an
of it
in
this
and
way.
out. I get both. I provide both. The sand must flow.
Think of it this way, right? They're like characters, right? You don't want them to die off, right? You want them to lose, come back like maybe a couple fights later and win. You gotta write stories with these
If your
guys.
characters die, how do you write storylines? You gotta think this through a little bit more.
If I start introducing storylines, the Crimsons are going to be up our ass like tomorrow. They got that concept locked down.
Out of curiosity, why aren't you just going to where they are, Crimson territory?
I can't afford those licensing fees, man. Are you insane?
I'm insane, sir.
Now, Bill kind of looks to Sweet Tooth and Mr. President silently asking what they think of this.
Before I give an answer,
He has one charm, so he can't. But I have a very important question here. I'm remembering now. This might be an InfoSec medallion moment. Certified InfoSec.
Pull up the InfoSec medallion.
Bill pulls out the InfoSec medallion and starts fiddling with it like a rosary and asks the question. Now, are you familiar with the general, call it, cursedness of this region of the flooded district?
I hear you guys have had a doomsday every week since this place started, so I'm about that.
What is your personal policy as it relates to finding a doomsday artifact in a small room that doesn't exist, but intermittently?
Sounds like a great scene for a fight.
Bill, even though it wasn't discussed, Bill kind of looks to Mr. President, just starts rubbing the side of his nose really, really fast. The tooth is glowing. You see steam rising.
Listen, he wants to kill people to die. I'm not really for that.
I'm gonna kill you until you die!
I will kill you so hard you won't die to death.
Are you gonna fight in the fights?
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
I'm kind of pretty okay with that. I mean,
All
it'd be
right.
bad for the promoter to fucking die, though.
Why don't you go be in a few fights with the Crimsons, build up your own name, come back when you win, and we can talk to you then.
these have been sitting around since July. Jeez. Not even... Jeez.
July 2021, yep.
Yep.
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
We've had empty spaces since July.
Yeah.
I personally, out of character, not huge on the sky.
Absolutely not.
But we do need to start getting the places rented out.
Don't worry, you have 5 more applicants.
How many more
Okay.
buildings do we have, though?
You have 2 warehouses and like 3 smaller plots that can be used for like shacks. This guy would need like a warehouse type space. He couldn't use a shack.
Yeah.
Okay.
What if it's like that Russian boxing, though, that takes place in a phone booth?
If I may speak for the brand here, and feel free to disagree, this is a group decision. I don't believe what you're trying to put forward is quite in the view and theming of our brand, so I don't think it's something we can give our graces to. I do wish you best in setting up a fighting ring, though. If you do have
already
something...
He is already saying, "So man
fucking
can't
awesome.
dream."
You can dream, I just...
That's gonna be fucking great. Just, he leaves, just fucking sobbing.
Well, I don't think he
runs
had.
by, tackles him. Get on the ground!
Sweet's gonna walk. Sweet's just gonna walk out and like pat Amp on the back. Hey, crying in public is not a crime. Let the man go. And I'm gonna just go back inside.
I thought he was connected to the unicorns.
He immediately.
Well,
I don't know how you got that idea.
Amp
Wait, you guys interrupted Sam. You interrupted Sam.
me as a
The man immediately begins sweating as soon as you say anything about the unicorns.
Oh shit.
It just makes Ant the greatest detective. We're just.
I'm gonna need you to roll interrogation for me, Chris. That's under command.
Give me a second. Actually, I have a lot of command.
I know you do.
Okay.
I should get my dice out. That'd be a good idea.
I should find Amp's sheet real quick.
You have. I think you roll 8 die for that.
Nope, 10.
Okay, but it would have been funny if
Chivalry-
it was 8.
While you're putting yourself together, Chivalry climbs up out of your hand after you just use him as a
Four
club to
tens,
hit this
Sam.
guy.
I'll gain 1 willpower for that.
Okay. What's
Ooh.
chivalry doing, Tom? Just so it might influence the roll.
Oh no, Chivalry is getting up, sighing while Amp is putting himself together, or putting themselves together. Chivalry is not very happy that Amp just used him as a club to knock this guy over. And while seeing Amp mentally preparing, Chivalry will hold Fraggle Rock to his neck to begin that process of having him be immobilized.
What?
The
just-
important thing
you
to
just gotta
know
open
is
with
that
that.
unicorns are not sentient and they're not real. They're just narwhals crossbred with horses. We don't know where the magic comes from. As he's dragged away. All right. So that cuts us back to Demond and John.
What a-
Adventure!
Jesus Christ.
The spirit of the unknown silently just descends through the clouds, getting through most of their radar and
A veritable specter in the mists.
silently descending. I don't think the spirit of the unknown is capable of making stealth rolls, is it?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what, if Captain Dumont could just, since I assume he's piloting it right now, if he could just make a
Yes.
stealth roll for me.
The crew is wandering around, shushing each other, shushing the other passengers, shushing
the
birds.
ship.
Yes.
That's the important one.
Gotta appease the machine spirit.
It's my fucking dice roll thing.
Sam is
Dice roll.
shushing his flames.
Yes.
I'm waiting for the realization that one of
Well, width or height?
Width is probably better here because we're going
3
fast.
twos.
All right. So you actually managed to get in pretty close before alarms start going off.
Where are we getting in close to, by the way? I'm
So
still not totally.
around the hive, there are a number of what are known as satellite settlements. They are established as basically security checkpoints. If a massive convoy is coming into the hive and they don't stop at one of these checkpoints, they are swarmed by ships and destroyed. These security checkpoints also provide pheromone tags to visitors so that the bees don't attack their ship on the way in. If you don't go through these ports, you are treated as hostile. But it's also a valid checkpoint because there have been times where they've imported slaves that have been infected with horrific diseases, and they have just wiped out the slave population of the hive. So they do vital health checks, supply checks, and stuff like that at these places so that they don't reach the hive if something's wrong.
Okay, cool.
That being said, while it's sparsely populated, it is heavily armed for what it is.
How's its structural integrity look?
They're meant to be pretty fast builds, so weak, but because it's easy to rebuild, you know?
So, is there a building that is obviously or can be puzzled out to be... Wait, I have a map. No, that was of the main hive stuff. That's right. Is there like a main command center building somewhere?
You not see like a main command center. It's like a there's like a depot building. There's a number of watchtowers.
So where would the bee pheromones be kept?
Probably in the supply depot.
I want to crash the Spirit of the Unknown directly through the wall of the supply depot.
Okay. Now we must ask, what role is ramming speed? I believe it's a piloting check. So
I do believe that would also just use impact damage rolls.
I'll be right back.
it would, but that's damage. This is to hit.
So, additionally, what was the extra armor that the spirit
I
got?
was just gonna add like one heavy armor, one light armor,
Okay.
and it's gonna go away after this fight.
Okay. So I need to make a piloting roll?
Yes, that'll be drive plus pilot, Spirit of the Unknown, or airship, or whatever you have.
Capital. 3 7s?
All right, yeah.
Or 2 8s?
So no, 3 7s is better here because your armor is going to grant you penetration, which will let all of the damage go through to the depot.
Oh, is that how that works for impact damage?
Well, the
No.
depot has heavy armor, so whenever so there's rules for thrown objects. If you throw a manhole cover at someone, that has a heavy armor rating of 1. So if it's used as a thrown object for impact purposes, it's treated as having penetration 1.
Does it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, where's that rule? I don't know that one.
It is...
Don't worry about that now. We can do that another time. I don't want to interrupt the session with that.
No worries. Okay, so you plow through the supply depot. And at this point, you find out it's not just bee pheromones that are stored in there. There are drums and drums and drums of stabilized whale oil.
That shit burn and or explode?
Incredibly so, yes.
So I suppose if we were to, like, plant some charges on those...
Well, the
On a
important
timer?
thing is it's exploding now.
Oh, good! What fun!
So...
I'm so glad that I decided to not send Charlie on this.
Now, fortunately, the Spirit of the Unknown is heavily armored right now. Downside, you're getting thrown like a leaf on the fucking wind right now. As a fireball multiple stories high, blue flames glowing with an unearthly hue, pillars into the sky, the Spirit of the Unknown rocks and heaves. John...
And I said, let there be light!
Yeah, Dumont screams that as he's thrown from the deck of the Spirit of the Unknown. Bob, would you say John is also on the deck of the Spirit of the Unknown, or is he in the bowels? He's on the deck?
He's on the deck.
Okay. So you're also going to be thrown. Any crew that was on the deck, I am just going to say they're dead.
Oh no!
So
I get extra dice against attacking whale oil.
Wait, what? Why?
Don't worry about it. It'll come up
we'll
later.
get to it later. So. So, what I'm going to need from you two is you're not going to take any of the main damage, the engulf damage, but you are going to take the area dice. So I'm going to need both of you to roll 6d10. And what's going to happen is you guys are going to take 2 shock damage to all hit locations. And then you're going to roll those 6d10s. Whatever number comes up, you're going to put 1 killing damage on each of those hit locations for me, okay?
Okay.
While you guys are doing that, we're going to cut back to the second sales pitch.
Yay.
You see this, like, bookish lady, like, long hair, big, wide-rimmed glasses, holding a book about the size of her torso. Like, peek her head and going, hey, is this the, are you guys the owners of this place?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. Hey, so my name's Crystal. I run a new age tarot and fortune telling company. I just had she reaches into her bag, rummages about, pulls out a crystal ball. I wanted to get a glassworks up and running so that I could mass produce these guys.
Could you elaborate on what they do?
Oh yeah, she taps it twice, twirls her hand, smoke fills the ball, and you get like a overhead view of the meeting you guys are in right now. They're crystal balls.
What are you? What materials you need to make these?
Mainly a lot of high quartz content sand. I haven't had luck with. Sorry, 1 second.
We know someone that makes quartz.
I was thinking of suggesting potentially connecting them.
Oh, Derek. So your shock is reduced to 1 because of the light armor. The heavy armor is going to be wasted on the main impact of the damage.
Okay, so I still take the killing, but I only take 1 shock to each location.
Yes. Sorry, I can't talk and DM at the same time.
No worries.
That's reasonable.
So, what's going to happen is, now did you say, were you guys recommending quartz, or was that just a hypothetical?
That was a hypothetical.
That's a hypothetical. I don't want to do that until we're a little bit further in. So far, I like where this is going. But
Then we can also introduce her to the sand guy.
I think he's being dragged off to jail right now.
Yeah.
And what was his name? Murders Joe?
Yeah.
Murders Joe. So she's also going to go. I'm also going to need a reliable source of magical powder. Now, I can work with most materials. I've had the most luck with unicorn horn. Don't worry, it is ethically sourced. But
that supplier is actually under investigation right now. I believe we probably use the same one.
her face is going to fall. She's going, oh no, they hurt the unicorns?
That's under investigation. We're trying to figure it out. I will try and keep in contact with you about this, or you can contact the police office directly. But ongoing investigation, we recently had a scuffle with that, actually at the grand opening of the store.
If you would wait a moment, I have an option of a material that might work for you. I can go get a sample of it.
Okay.
Bill kind of looks to Sweet Tooth, mouths, I'm sorry, and goes up and walks into the candy shop. He approaches the storeroom. And Seth, what does he see when he gets to the storeroom? Is it locked or?
Bill ever been in the storeroom?
No, but Bill and Chivalry talk.
So what you will see is an entirely different layout of the storeroom. Today, the storeroom is entirely suspended from the ceilings. It actually was putting a lot of stress on the floor, which, we're on a dock. That could be a problem. So we are rerouting that by hanging the stuff from the ceilings. Still with candy cane, that is the strongest material.
Where would I find a substance marked up that alphabetically begins with P?
Alphabetically begins with P. So stuff is not organized alphabetically. Stuff is organized by the emotion that it evokes when you look at it.
Okay, where would I go to find...
the emotion that it evokes in Sweet Tooth. So you have to guess that rather than...
empathy.
Okay, where would I go to find what would invoke empathy in Sweet Tooth?
Can I ask Bill for an empathy roll to see if he can identify where what he's looking for might be?
Sure.
All right.
Go ahead. Roll empathy.
All right, let's see. Oh my god, 2 5s!
I think that succeeds.
As the not DM, I'll say that succeeds. Repeating what the DM said.
Okay.
Alright.
So, Bill climbs up to where that is, finds a small jar that is full of the sequins that chivalry cries, brings the jar back out, and says... It's just, sorry, it took me a minute. The organization is ever shifting.
What do you mean? It's just set by emotions.
Now, do you think that if you were to powder these would be a decent replacement for a unicorn horn? They come from a magical creature.
Let's find out. She takes one, dunks it into the crystal ball, and all right, thank you. She dunks it into the crystal ball. It spins and it locks in on Quartz's and Mannequin's date. And she goes, "Oh, it only shows things that are really sad."
What's going on in the date?
I want to see what's going on.
She squints.
Oh my god, is Amp ruining the date again?
Amp has brought the suspect to
See the date.
So, Amp, I want to be very clear in what's going to happen to you while you're doing this. Charlie knows that you have an attention span of basically nothing and a healing talent. So what Charlie's going to do is he's going to write in the liquid that coats your eyes, don't approach them, so that you see that in your field of view.
I don't think I can actually heal that.
You can if you rip your eyes out.
No, it should be fine, because that glass will just kind of shatter and come out of your eye very quickly. And any scrapes you can just heal.
I hate that.
Mm-hmm. Chivalry is standing behind Amp, just trying to drag them away from this.
I feel like if Chivalry is attempting to drag them away, that just happens.
All right. Hey, Chris, roll body.
Amp is a noodle, wet noodle. You can just carry him.
Okay.
All right, you guys overhear from the date. Mannequin just going. Hold on, let me think of a line here. Actually, Quartz is going. And I mean, yeah, I think I have healthy boundaries with bats. I mean, Mannequin's nodding and goes, "You said he watches you sleep. He watches everyone sleep. It's not... Look, it's only weird if he doesn't do it with everybody. Does bats sleep? No. No, he does not." And Mannequin is just looking horrified.
Wait, Mannequin sleeps?
No. She also doesn't watch people in her sleep. Actually, hold on. Roll empathy.
Charlie, who I assume can see this?
Yes. Roll empathy for me.
Can we all see this? Is in the crystal ball.
It's in the crystal ball, yeah. But I think only Charlie can read lips. The crystal ball is sight only.
That is a pair of 8s.
Okay. Mannequin
no.
is doing her best to
Sorry.
appear horrified. What's up?
Sorry. That's 4 tens.
Okay. Mannequin's doing her best to appear horrified. Charlie, you can see a bit deeper. You see her thinking, jackpot.
Oh,
So, as I understand, this date is going very well.
Not by a normal metric, but for these two weirdos, yeah.
They're perfect for each other.
Okay, so...
I like that I'm being carried by a teddy bear through the streets. And I'm holding...
you and the perp.
Yeah, and the perp.
just stacked like Jenga. Alright.
Like, anyone who stands nearby will hear Chivalry just like howling obscenities in Gaelic.
Also, I will not assault your eyes if you're getting dragged away.
Okay.
Okay.
I have been saving that move, though.
I don't
Expect
think
it
I
to return.
I don't know if Amp can heal from that though.
You absolutely can, because it's just the
Deal damage.
it's just the liquid. No, it's just the liquid. You just once you blink, that liquid's gonna shatter because it's very thin glass.
Glass in my eye. Mm.
Yeah, and then you have glass in your eye, and you can remove the glass from your eye and then heal.
That's so much
Easy.
worse. You know how that's worse, right?
Except if you use that on me, I will grand slam the candy shop into outer space.
Chris, I would unleash the Candy Ragnarok.
That you know what? I will cause Candy Ragnarok.
Okay.
It's horrific.
So you see the crystal ball flash blue as the scene's looking at is it's gone below the sadness quotient required for it to see. And now it's focused on Rune Mother and Johnny Switchblade laying on one of the candy rooftops in the Candy Ragnarok.
What? Oh shit!
Candy Ragnarok.
Well, what's going on there?
Do you guys
feel like
actually want to know?
Absolutely.
Ragnarok? Yes.
Okay.
Candy Ragnarok's the most important.
Actually,
plot we have.
wait. Would she be upset about being watched?
She hasn't noticed.
I am asking this as Charlie. Would she be upset about being watched?
Probably not since she's on your property.
Okay.
You can't read the Rune Mother's lips because she has the gas mask on. But, it looks like Johnny is, like, listening very intently. Like, nodding along. Like, kind of just like a sad laugh every now and then and goes, yeah, time kind of got away from both of us, didn't it? Actually, wait. Charlie can see the air vibrations, can't he?
Yes.
Okay. So what they're talking about is she's asking, why did you tell me you didn't know who you were back at the train station? And what Johnny says is, well, time kind of got away from me, and at the moment I didn't. And it looks like they know each other from way, way back, but they're not like close friends. They just had one meeting, but it was very important for both of them. They're speaking in like abstract terms.
But did they fuck?
They did not fuck, it seems like. But whatever happened seemed to be like a major turning point for both of them, and you hear the term Ratatosk Station, which is not a station anyone here would know.
Oh, damn it, Sam.
Hey, Dumond is at the place. He can't use his slot powers here.
Is that spelling proper?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like that Tom answered that question.
I have that information. I just know how to spell Ratatosk.
Uh-huh.
Are you sure about that?
I mean, there's 2 T's, but
Then why'd you say yes?
it's good enough. You got the gist of it.
Okay. So Crystal's gonna look down at her ball, and she's gonna go, okay, This feels like voyeurism. I'm into that, but not in public. So she swaps her hand and the smoke clears.
Just curious. That rings is true, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, considering the general power of it, as we consider your addition into the candy shop,
Well, that's not quite like that, but continue.
would you mind us holding onto the voy orb?
Well, now that you call it
Wow!
that,
Holy
no.
shit, Tom! That was really good.
Sweet Tooth's just gonna like smack you on the back of the head. Not hard enough to hurt, but like, you know what you did.
That was extremely good. Holy shit.
So yeah, I have. She seems like she's renegotiating the terms in her head after that. She's thinking over. Yeah, so if I could I could probably turn out a couple of these a week if I get in one of the big warehouses. I can't guarantee I'll be able to make rent, but I could pay you in the crystal balls.
I would like to. Yeah, I was
Why
going to
couldn't
say.
you do this in a shack?
If we don't get right of first refusal on buying them from her, we're dumb.
Yeah.
We should just be buying all of them that she can make. Partly so that we can keep them out of everybody else's hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my main concern with this is the fact that these are going to be existing. Actually, I would like Charlie to see powers on the crystal ball.
My main concern about these is if you want them to make them, you have to make Chivalry cry.
Well, no, then you can only see sad things.
I thought that was what made this one a voy orb.
Can't my soldier just summon magical unicorns horns?
Yeah, they just have to summon the unicorn and shoot it first.
Oh.
Yeah, and that doesn't sound very
I
ethically
have-
sourced.
I have a create ability on them. I don't understand why I can't just get the horn.
In short, because if you just summon the horns, they're not going to be magic.
You have
anyway.
What makes them magical is every time you shoot a unicorn somewhere on Earth, a child's dreams die.
You know what? You're making me want to do that.
Yeah.
You're a horrible person.
Children get off having dreams. And
Yeah.
They haven't
Honestly.
earned them. Dreams aren't free. Okay, so
I thought we didn't want to go to Market Street.
We don't.
so we become Market Street.
Sorry, Jimbo, you're going to Market
so-
Street.
If
see
you go
powers
to
on
Market
the crystal
Street,
ball?
Market Street will
Yes.
come to you.
And crystal, for that matter.
These things have a greater delay than you're actually seeing right now. Like, Charlie would notice that what you saw on the crystal ball and what actually happened had multiple seconds of delay between them.
Okay.
Not quite a minute, but almost. And that these connections are, if seeing power on it, it's if a lot of stuff happened at once, it would be like the bit rate on a stream tanking. Like it would get blurry. It'd be hard to make out details. They can only handle so much activity at once. Their range is pretty far. It's not farther than what Charlie can do normally.
Okay.
And on top of that, these crystal balls need to be stationary, and they take like a full 30 seconds to acquire a visual target. So, it's like you can't dynamically follow something. You have to know where it is or where it's going to be.
In other words, they're pretty specific and hard to use.
Kind of, yeah. It's like putting an invisible security camera somewhere.
So, question. Why can't she use the shack? It doesn't seem like she needs a lot of space to create these.
So getting a grinder to the specificity she needs for glass production and getting a forge that's capable of making glass, in addition to the cooling rack and kiln she would need, It actually would take up quite a bit of space. Just due
She
to
could also just make glass too, which would also sell pretty well.
Unfortunately,
What else?
Charlie has saturated that market.
I have.
Remember that time you turned the entire fucking skyscraper into glass?
True, but that's also horrible for Windows.
That's true.
Bill would like to have an aside with Sweet Tooth.
And they're also
Mr.
not
President.
colored glass.
True.
She could
Uh,
make colored glass. Miss Rez is gonna recommend. Why don't you also do like colored glass and like expand the market if you're making so much glass?
In short, I have no money for that. I would need storage area and metallic powders to act as pigments, and I don't have that.
I summon metallic powders as pigments.
You don't even need to do that, Chris. Bill will hear her say that and yell, Avagdra?
She just like that one episode of SpongeBob. You see her indent come from a nearby wall vent. As she bursts through again. Go, yeah.
Door!
How big is your supply of metallic powders that you might be willing to share?
What would I get in return?
Are you a fan of pretty glass, or potentially we can find you some metals that are not that common?
All
Hey
right.
kids, here's a sample of neutronium!
I'm
I don't
okay
think
with rare
neutronium is
metals. What color do you need?
Bill will look back to... What is the name of this New Age voyeur woman?
Crystal.
Crystal.
That, okay, you know what? I should have guessed.
Crystal in her balls.
Crystal, did you know this was a tiered city?
What?
No, that's
I
the
only-
swings, Mr. President.
My balls only see things in 2D. I don't. They don't handle depth well. They're concave.
Wait, does she see out of her testicles?
What were you trying to do on an aside with Sweet Tooth?
Oh yeah, well, Avagdra and Krista were talking about what various metallic powders Avagdra has. Bill would like to ask Sweet Tooth mainly. Now, considering that voyeur she just made with Chivalry's Tears, and why do you even have those? No, actually, that's not important. I wanted to know.
He was going to answer, but he stopped.
Would you be willing to offer her some of the stranger things in your ingredient house on the basis that they could be used to make more custom orbs that then we might be able to sell without feeling as bad about it or being as deeply concerned?
Well, I do have a limited supply that I could make stuff with, so it would have to be... Sam, would there be issues with that? Because we've kind of hand-waved my supplies for most
As
of
long as
this.
it's not like on an industrial quantity.
I mean, she's making, what, 2 a week? 3? That's what she said, right?
That's what she was aiming for. She could do more, but she's not. She only got into glass blowing as a hobby. She's not really good at it yet.
Well, she has time to learn. I'm gonna summon the 4-leaf clover and see what that does. So.
She rubs it in like, crushing mint into a mint julep. Going, I guess this is gonna show lucky stuff. And you see Captain Yarrow Goldtooth swigging back drinks with his second mate. The second mate pokes him in the chest, gives him a smile. Captain Goldtooth picks him up, runs to his cab, and she goes, "Not that kind of lucky! Not that kind of lucky!"
So people do get laid in the city. I had a theory that no one got laid in the city.
Bill will clap a fist into his hands like he has a great idea and offer Crystal, say, how high security would you say this process is? That is, if you're looking at someone who doesn't want to be watched, would you be able to make us a surveillance tool if we ask you for that specifically?
What, like a crystal ball that looks somewhere specific, but it gets like a higher picture, you mean, or?
Yeah, sure.
Probably. Be kind of not great for what they're intended for, but yeah, I could do it. And
Bill
if I
quite likes. Oops, sorry. Go on.
I can make a master template ball for each batch, and then if a batch goes missing, I can just smash that original crystal ball, which I'll keep on me, and that'll disable all descendant balls.
That's a pretty neat use.
Well,
I
they
really
have to reference something.
All right. Out of character, I really think Crystal was a good bet, but
So,
We have
out of character,
people.
what I would like to do is not give her a yes, give her a we like your proposal, we have other proposals, we will get back to
We'll
you.
call you back.
yeah, hers is the best proposal we've heard so far.
We have heard 2 proposals, and the first one was horrid.
Yes, but we're still going to say that because it's polite, and she does have a pretty good product she's offering.
So are we all good with saying, like, hey, we liked your pitch, we're not going to give you a solid yes, we have 4 other proposals to listen to?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Crystal, what we're talking about, we like your proposal. It's a very good idea. We can't give you an immediate yes because what we're going to do, we have, if I understand correctly, 4 other proposals to listen to. After we've gone through those proposals, we'll get back to you and let us know what our decision is.
Okay.
Does that work for you?
Yeah. I'll be over there. She takes another 4-leaf clover. I will be back. Yeah, I'll be around.
Charlie's going to keep an eye on where she's going.
That's even
Fish
worse.
from the
That's even creepier.
She already said she was into voyeurism in private. It's not surprising.
Voyeurism and privacy, though.
Look, just want to make sure she's not up to anything sketchy.
So Charlie's also in the
So
voyeurism.
the second she's out of sight and she got back to her hotel room, she's gonna look around, draw the blinds, and start rubbing the 4-leaf clover, going, please, 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 please.
Right? I don't think Charlie is into voyeurism. It's just he doesn't really have a choice.
He does have a choice.
What is she trying to
Made
say?
Glass.
Captain Yarrow.
Okay, I'm gonna stop watching.
I mean, who else would it be, Seb? Did you see Captain Hero? He's dreamy.
I picture him as a skeleton, personally. I don't know if that's what he's supposed to look
Sexy
like.
beast.
Like,
No, the
in
dude has
my
a
head,
full
he's a
hat.
skeleton. Oh. I see.
Next person coming in, you hear some rapid shuffling, go, yes, ooh, as Galaxtor bursts his way in.
Oh fuck! I was expecting.
Galaxtor, how are you doing, my friend?
Okay, we're gonna get back to Captain Dumond and John.
I need you to know how much I was expecting that, Sam, and I'm so happy I was right.
You can smash cut back to Captain Dumond, who is currently doing the whole like Superman pose directly towards the ground, screaming, "I'm the fist of justice!"
Impacts the ground, bursts through the wooden floor onto the docks below. You hear one of the overseers go, "What the fuck?" and just whip out a fucking crossbow.
Dumond will punch him with great verve.
All right, give me an unarmed check. He's gonna roll against your unarmed with his crossbow.
Actually, I'm going to punch him with the. Let me check through my
Power
long
gauntlets?
list of unarmed weapons. Yes.
You do have a pair of brass knuckles or diamond
Yeah,
knuckles.
we're gonna punch him with the diamond knuckles.
Oh, he's dead.
Okay.
Look at Captain Dumont bringing guns to a crossbow fight.
No,
Diamond knuckles, one from the champion of Neptune, the planet, not the champion of Neptune, the god.
Yeah.
Okay, so full disclosure, I remember those knuckles. This man had a width of 2. He's not surviving this.
No, he gone. As is like the 10 square feet of the docks behind him.
Oh shit!
I do believe those were developed for knockback. I can't remember them exactly.
I don't think so. I think they were designed to destroy environment.
So, Middle
Yeah,
point,
yeah, that's what it
you
was.
punch him, he goes through 3 supporting beams, the dock begins to collapse. John, you're still on the top. You landed in a silent roll. No one has noticed you're here yet.
I'm going to just start dropping down to where Dumond is.
All right. You parkour down the falling wooden beams, landing silently next to the good captain.
I can't remember. Can I see? Can I interact with John to
Not unless
determine
it's
that?
plot critical.
Okay. Well, Captain Dumond is going to look for the closest person who looks like they're in a position of authority and, like, try to chase them / beat the shit out of them. He wants them to send a he wants to make sure that the Hive knows who's doing this.
All right. So, things are in chaos. Alarms are going off everywhere. You do see one of the mercenaries, which are basically like hired talents. They're a bit stronger than the overseers. You see a man who looks kind of like he has like Buddhist monk trappings almost, with like a silk robe, like orange like scarf thing with the giant wooden balls. He looks out and goes, "That sure is a lot of something. Don't like that." And he points to the fire, and the fire just disappears.
All right. And where is he in relation to Captain Dumond?
He is on the dock above. He hasn't noticed you guys yet. He's mostly just taking care of the destruction.
Neat.
Okay. Well, Captain Dumond is going to swap out his diamond. His diamond.
I'm gonna need a second.
I know. You come up with something exciting. I'm just gonna set the stage. Fucking, I don't care. Something martial artsy. I believe in you, Seth. Go wild.
Gunchucks.
No, he's gonna swap them out for like those martial arts hand wraps that you see.
Oh wait, hand wraps? Oh,
Yeah. And
I really like gunchucks, though.
not the right setting for it. There will be gunchucks later, I'm sure. And
quoton fa.
and pull on a G,
Ooh.
G,
Call it a gi, yeah.
before leaping up to the same level as the as the mercenary talent, and giving him the whole very overdone, martial arts challenge, fist into open palm thing.
As you talk to him, does your mouth not match your lips
It
not sync with the
absolutely,
words you're
yes,
saying?
they're not syncing up. Thank you, Tom.
Just so you know, so I'm not done with this, but what it's going to do is this is going to be a secondary attack after your initial attack.
Oh, so you attack, and then there's like an after image attack?
Yes.
Oh, hell yeah.
Sick!
Consider...
Well,
I feel like there's a diplomacy thing here that Captain Dumond could potentially be aware of, but I need to... How much can Captain Dumond tell about a person who's done him wrong? Like, how much does he know more about Dredger than he would just by having met him?
Dredger's the one who stole the captain's wheel, right?
Yeah.
So
Did we decide whether Dredger and Captain Dumond had an enforced past history?
That never came up.
So
I'm mainly
the
asking
issue
because-
is Avery's existence kind of fills that slot. What we decided
Gotcha.
on, I believe, is there is now a predetermined they will meet again. It is fated.
Yeah.
The plot demands it.
How much do you think you would know about the guy who stole your Fabergé staplers?
Fuck.
So Tom, due to how we built that, it would directly counter Dumond's ability here.
Okay, but my question for you then, Sam, is this character Sensei?
This character is not Sensei.
Okay, carry on then.
Don't worry, I would have noted it.
Okay.
All right.
Also, I only remember the Fabergé staplers being stolen as strictly a one-off, but like anything that isn't directly a part of the legend of Captain Dumont being stolen is just kind of like, eh. It's like, yes, Captain Dumont will take. Yeah, Captain Dumont will take his righteous vengeance if it's convenient and he remembers.
Okay.
But
as Derek remembers.
yeah,
It'll be horrifying. He'll be an example, if we meet Pat. Like, if you're on the way.
right. Which has got to be one of the most fucking insulting ways to deal with an enemy. I will have my vengeance, if convenient.
Okay.
So, this.
So wait. Yes, Captain Dumont is going to do the whole martial arts.
I made it.
Thank you. It's perfect. I appreciate it. Martial arts challenge pose and say, "I challenge you for this dojo."
Ooh.
So I don't have a name for this guy, so I'm going to call him by his talent's name, One with Nothing. One with Nothing is going to look up at you and go, "Do you think I'm a Shaolin monk? Do you think I sit around in a no? I ponder contradictions in an attempt to escape
Too much
this."
talking, and Captain Dumont will swing for him.
He just holds up a hand.
This is an action fight scene. goddammit!
All of your forward momentum just dissipates as you are frozen in the air, as the man just pries up a board from the pier and just fucking slams it into you.
Hey, so the contingent for the attack that I just made is launching an attack, not landing an attack.
Oh, shit.
Let me post Fists of Sun Wukong.
The description was a little weak, but I was also trying to go very fast.
No, I appreciate it. Fists of Sun Wukong.
Alright, you just accidentally countered One with Nothing. Congrats.
I don't think I countered it because if it froze me in the air, I'm still frozen in the air. Just he's also still getting punched.
Alright, so is this the one that goes after?
Yes.
Alright. Is that going for his head, his body? Where's that going?
I think I said it was a body attack, so it's going for his body.
Okay, you hear what sound like the reverberation of brass gongs as you impact this man's ribcage. Golden ripples rocking out from his from the sites of the impact as your after image goes forward after he freezes you. He swipes a hand and the after image disappears and goes, I'm just really trying to embrace the void right now. As he snaps his fingers and all air within about 80 yards just disappears.
I would like to be clear that this does have burn on it.
It's okay. He has peace of mind, so he's immune
Okay.
to fear and panic effects and daze and stuff like that.
Darn.
He snaps his fingers. Derek, for a second, Captain Dumont feels the air in his lungs disappear as there is suddenly a incredibly powerful gust of wind. You see the warehouse begin collapsing behind him. You see lifeboats yanked from the water and flung towards you guys at high speeds. You see the pillars, the planks and stuff, as they get close to him, you hear that similar reverbing gong as they just stop short of hitting him. You, on the other hand, are going to feel a boat just impact you completely. It's going to deal 3 shock and killing to all hit locations. Its heavy armor isn't this is a metal boat. It's not like this is a full-on speedboat. So I believe it's going to get through your heavy armor rate. It's only 5, right?
It does have interference. I don't know.
That's how you do
Yeah, that makes it heavy armor. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it will still get through your heavy armor because this is an armored boat.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't deal that much damage. It's only going to deal 3 shock and killing to all hit locations.
Okay.
Wait, did we harden that?
The light armor is hardened.
The light armor is hardened, so it will ignore the penetration on the light armor, but the heavy armor still goes through. Sorry, I only know the base damage. I don't do the light armor calculations off the top of my head.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
that's
I don't
fine.
know how they work, so...
Oh, okay. So, if you're taking 3 shock and killing, you have 5 light armor, right?
Yes.
So that's going to reduce the shock down to 1, and your light armor exceeds the killing damage. So that's going to turn all of the killing damage into shock. So you're just taking 4 shock to all hit locations now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, just shock goes down to 1. Turn an amount of killing equal to your light armor into shock. So if you're taking 6 killing and you have 5 light armor, that's going to turn into 5 shock, 1 killing. If you're taking less killing than you have light armor, it's just all shock now.
Oh, okay, cool. And remind me how you determine how many hit locations you have. I know what the hit locations are, but how many hit boxes you have? Is it related to body, or...?
It starts with a
hold on a
base of
second.
5 per limb, 4 for the head, 10 for the body, and then I believe you have extra tough, so you should have some extra ones.
I have 5 hard dice and extra tough with engulf.
So your arms
This is
and
the
legs
base.
are going to have 10.
Base.
That's the base. Add 5 to all of those.
Oh, okay, cool.
I had to copy it down so I could actually denote my.
Okay, is his whole freezing me in the air thing still functioning?
No, the second the boat hit you, you were knocked out of the air.
Okay, so I can move again.
Yes. That being said, John should get a declaration for this round.
Great.
I'm just gonna look for an overseer.
You do see an overseer, who as soon as the chaos broke out, they sprinted for the ship controls, and it looks like they're messing with something important.
I'm gonna climb up to him.
Are you announcing yourself or doing anything?
No, I'm just gonna climb up to where they are and walk up behind them.
You see him flipping through the passenger ledger. He is marking everyone as dead.
Perfect. This is good. This is a very good thing.
I'm going to just like stand behind him and make sure nobody comes up to him.
All right. You see an overseer that looks like a living tree shambling up to his location.
Gonna grab the overseer.
I want to make it very clear. When I say living tree, I mean this guy's imagine Treebeard.
Ah.
Oh, so I was picturing this.
Oh fuck.
I'm gonna run up and like jump on his head, trying to use momentum to angle him backwards.
All right, make a grapple check for me.
Okie dokie.
It's gonna be body plus brawling.
2 9s.
You in a dead sprint, use a turned over boat as a ramp, launch yourself up, get a perfect grapple on this guy's head, and you feel your body just hammer your weight on his head. The guy doesn't even budge. He doesn't even notice that you just did that.
Okie dokie.
Alright, we're gonna cut back to the sales pitch. Okay, so
Excuse me.
Where's propulsion, Bob?
Huh?
Where's propulsion in all of this?
Trying to stop Amp from destroying the city.
Amp, stop it! Don't make me burn you!
Repulsion was like, I'm here too! Anyway.
I'm helping!
So, Galaxtor, turns out a garbage bag full of locks and slams down a business card. It says Galaxtor, Smith Lock, and Professional Burger.
I would like to see powers on Glaxtor.
He's definitely not from the city. He does have a power for... His power is a weird one. He will always have the opportunity to break into whatever place is there. Like, even places no mortal should be able to tread. The issue is he may not have the skill to actually complete the break-in.
Damn it!
Fucking hell, that's so funny.
I should have. If only we had known.
Glaxtor, this is a fake.
When you say no, Sam, you said it was Smith, Locks, and Burger.
Smith Lock and Professional Burger.
Okay, when you say Lock. Okay, thank you. That's the question I had.
He's a Smith Lock and a burglar.
Okay.
I was afraid we were talking about LOX, and I was going to be horrified.
No. So, Mr. President's here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your mind is high enough that he's trying to say he's a locksmith and professional burglar.
Yes, I already said that.
I know, I just want to make it clear.
I'd already said that.
I was looking at his power. I can't see if he's telling the truth. Oh well.
Can I spot inspection to see how many of the locks are fake?
All of the locks are fake. They're like Harry Houdini locks. They're meant to be opened from the other side.
So what is your goal? Are you just here to sell fake locks? And I'll like
No. I'm here. You turn over a new leaf.
Did that come up as true or a lie?
A lie. No, actually true. It is true. The next part, though, he says, I just want to be a locksmith. That is a lie.
Now, Glaxtor, Bill looks at him. We've had dealings before, and you said a while back that the Fae stole your name.
Yeah.
Is that why you're here?
Maybe.
Please answer as a yes or no.
Yeah. I'm in so much debt. I can't get it back.
So I feel bad for this guy, but I know the second he has like a little shack set up next to us, he's going to be trying to break in constantly.
and then also Sam's voice will die.
Yeah.
This voice is actually way easier than the voice.
Yeah, it's
kind of easy.
Inhale voices are a lot easier, although you have to drink a lot of water.
I have a glass of water every time I pull into Glaxtor.
Yeah, it's incredibly reasonable.
Yeah, that will actually dry out and damage your throat.
Yep.
Glaxtor, what skills would you say you have other than locksmithing?
I'm great at being places.
He's great at what?
Being at places. He doesn't. He wants to say great at breaking into places, but he knows he can't lie to you. He just wants. He wants to be a great thief.
Do you have any affiliations with any other groups?
The public library.
Yeah, Dumon's on board.
He pulls out a library card. It's
I'd like to use spot inspection as a library card.
It is real. However, it is a carved chunk of wood. It has no text on it.
Glaxtor,
Yeah.
we've been over this several times.
Yeah?
Why is your identification made of wood? Why are you using identification that you very clearly made?
No! Look.
No.
Look. What do you think I do for a day job? I work at the library.
Is that a lie?
No.
Why
That
not?
is
Who
a
else
slash.
is gonna make it?
What if he worked on the Spirit of the Unknown? I'm sure Derek could use a Master Thief.
Okay,
I did. You guys couldn't see that, but I did the
air
bunny ear,
quotes?
the air quotes. Yeah,
I could hear it.
I could tell in spirit.
Spirit
Thank you
of
for
the
running
Unknown.
with me.
You're having fun?
Doribe.
Well, Glaxtor, we'll get back to you. We have other offers to look at as well. So
Look, I'll be honest with you guys. I really need a home. I got evicted last week. It's been rough.
Blackstore,
Is this all true?
Yeah.
Blackstore, we might not be the right option for you. But there is a group that I have worked with before and am working with who does help people who are very down on their luck. Go down to the docks and see if you can join up with the FOPs.
He's gonna look sideways, look back, and go. I kinda tried to break into their back rooms, and they've don't look kindly on that.
He's not the smartest, is he?
I'd like to think he's also somehow tried to break into the Spirit of the Unknown. No, there are no locks.
Sweet Tooth is going to take like a sheet of paper, or actually, he's going to take one of his business cards, which I assume are made of candy, and he's just going to write on the back of him, just give him a chance, signed Sweet Tooth. He's going to hand it to Glaxtor. Glaxtor, don't eat this one. I need you to take this to Kari and just ask to join. Show him this after. Tell him it's from me.
He's gonna salute you, take it, run out to the nearest sidewalk. He's gonna open up the nearest slab of concrete like it's a storm hatch, and jump into the void.
Well, okay.
I believe I did not give him detailed enough instructions.
But that one's on you, I'm afraid.
I'm horrified at the fact that I think he's trying to break into the back rooms again. Or sorry, what's it called?
The dark rooms.
Dark rooms, sorry.
I couldn't say dark while doing the inhale thing, so I think I messed up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that one's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
Dark rooms.
If we had viewership, it would be 0 now. Anyway, so we're gonna come back to Captain Dumond. Bob, I think I heard you speak.
Oh, yep. Sorry.
No worries. Okay. Wow, I almost went into Glaxtor there.
Yeah,
Okay,
you did.
So, I had to zero my voice there. Okay, so, Captain Dumond, your fight with One with Nothing is continuing.
Yes.
Your ears are still ringing from just the implosion you just suffered.
Mm-hmm. Which was
But you
very
do-
rude.
so you'll declare first right now.
Okay. So, do I get the impression that I damaged him at all when I did hit him?
Yes, when you hit him, you did deal damage. However, it looks like he's just immune to environmental damage. So he can do all sorts of crazy shit and not suffer the consequences.
Okay.
How rough is he looking from the first hit he took? Because that was a
he
minimum
has-
width of 5.
It looks
Then
like
what
he
the
has some,
6?
like, hardened body stuff going on. Like skin like iron and stuff. However, that being said, he has a few broken ribs from that first punch. He can't take too much more of this.
That also does have lingering, so he should be getting hit again with that this round.
Oh, that's very important. Thank you for that heads up.
Okay, well, Captain Dumond, I will note that any description I make of the attacks here is for dramatic purposes only. It's all basically a punch to the body.
Okay.
However, Captain Dumond is now going to launch himself in a snap kick at the one with nothing guy, saying, "Fight me like a man!"
He will.
So, flying snap kick at the body, but with Fists of Sun Wukong.
Alright, roll that for me. He'll say, "I'll fight you as you are meant to be fought." And he looks like he's considering going for a block at first, but then realizes that's probably not going to work. And what he's going to do is he's going to turn his hands on himself and he's going to phase out of reality for a second. You sail right through him. He phases back in going, "Ha ha!" And then the secondary effect just collapses his fucking spine.
Yes, and the secondary effect is 7 5s.
Are you sure?
Wait, fives is not.
Fives
Fives
is
is
arm.
body.
Oh, and this was at a body, so it would just be body.
Yeah.
Oh, I was rolling for. Do I need to roll for it? I'm confused here.
If it's wiggle dice, then no. If it's normal dice,
So-
then yes.
It's 5 wiggles and 5 dice.
All right.
So I could just. So I.
If you do
Go ahead.
if you do the 5 wiggles on 7, that's just enough to take him down. Like,
Okay, I'll just do that then.
all
I
right.
can't believe I just accidentally, completely countered him.
Yeah, because we had that written up before we even figured out who he was or what he did. Thank you, Seth. Much appreciated.
You're welcome.
I'm going to keep that one in my back pocket in case we meet any other martial arts looking
I
guys.
really like that one.
Yeah.
That brings us to.
Wait, can I make a speaking as a free action?
Yeah,
Is he
absolutely.
dead?
He is dying. His lungs are rupturing. You see blood coming from his mouth. His arms are shaking as he's propped on the ground.
Captain Dumond will stop, turn back to him, do the fist to palm thing, bow slightly, and say, "This is my dojo now."
He'll spit up blood and go, "For the last time, I'm not a Shaolin monk!" And then he'll
Captain
die.
Dumond is walking away.
The important thing is that he died angry.
This is a martial arts fight scene whether you want it to be or not. Sorry, Jimbo. Looks like you're going to a Jackie Chan film.
What?
Sick! Alright.
Okay, I'll be right back while you're going to... You're not going to Captain Dumond, right?
No, it's going to John and the Treant.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Okay. So, Bob, you're not sure if this guy has any powers, but the most problematic part about him right now is that he's very large and heavy.
God damn
I'm just gonna yell, "Excuse me, sir!"
Unfortunately, your stealth is always on. He does not hear you.
Why?
Well, sorry if you're on our side. I'm just gonna stab him in the collarbone.
Alright, roll attack for me. Let me know how it goes.
Just saying, if you disable his legs, then he just can't walk there, and you don't kill him if he is on our side.
Yeah, but this probably isn't gonna do a whole lot.
That's fair.
Well, on the plus side, he's not rolling to defend, at least.
I will be back in just a sec.
You just have to get through his armor and his passive gobble dice from being very large.
5 10s.
You stab your blade into his blade, and it... Or collarbone.
You're doing.
Fuck. Collarbone. You get a solid 2 feet in, and you realize you're not even... You're not even past like the bark.
Oh, I see what's going on now.
Stranger. Okay, well,
Do you?
maybe that's
I think
I
so.
appreciate the offer.
Okay.
Jonathan
I'm back.
knows what's going on.
All right. What's he gonna do about it?
Not much I can do about it. Except for, like, jump off while holding onto my sword, trying to, like, slow down, damn you!
All right. Make a brawling check with 1 bonus dice. Because the blade is providing a handy grapple point.
2 10s, Jesus Christ.
Tell you what. Since his, you grab the blade, wrench it through his shoulder. It's just tearing out chunks of bark. It doesn't seem to really bother him per se. Eventually, you swing around, put one leg on the back of his knee, and just yank, and he actually does stumble a bit. It buys the guy altering the Book of the Dead 1 extra round. It looks like he's going to need a little bit more time.
Don't know what else I can do. I'm not good at fighting armored targets!
Wait.
You could summon Dumont.
No, you don't have to summon Dumont. Enter stage left.
Ooh, new power. Okay, so
New power.
you see the rubble begin to shift as various crew members who survived the explosion shrug off the debris and pick up their weapons. Treant goes, "What is this?"
They're gonna glance at each other, glance at. It's a lot relevant that they know who they're supporting so they can see John,
All right, yeah.
but only insofar as they know that he's an ally. Glance at each other, glance at the guy who just said, "What is this?" Give a blood curdling, or at least, milk curdling war cry. And I think, how many of them are there in the scene? Did we ever determine how that works?
Should be
There's 10 of them. Okay. There are 10 crew members in the scene.
No, I don't believe we finished their weapon stats or anything like that. So if you could just roll straight 10 dice for me.
Sounds good. Do I want height or width?
Width is probably better.
3 2s.
Okay. Bob, John sees the crew swarm Treant. He is off balance. You feel like you have a better chance of hitting him now than you did before.
I'm actually gonna, pull my sword out and backflip off of his back.
Sick.
And as I'm falling, I'm going to use the sword beam.
All right. So as he stumbles backwards, as 2 of the crewmen begin trying to take an axe to his leg, you do a running leap off his back, and while you're in the air, you spin around, and what do you get on the sword beam?
Hey-ya!
Go on.
What a noise.
3 3s.
Okay. So,
With-
since the crew is eating up all of his, it's eating up all of his, gobble dice from size shift, you said 3 3s?
3 3s with area 3, controlled effect, speeding bullet, and penetration 1.
No controlled effect?
No, it has controlled effect.
Okay.
He did say that.
I didn't hear. My bad. My hearing is shot. All right. So, he puts as he's swinging at one of the crew members, turning that crew member just into paste, the sword beam hits his arm, and the explosion just ripples out. You see the energy crackling as it rips chunks of his bark off from his body. One hits his jaw. He screams, brings both of his arms down onto the pier. I'm going to say since John did a flying backflip off, he's going to be out of range for this. But any crew on him, he hits the ground and a shockwave of force just goes out, rending bone, tearing flesh.
Can we just call that roll a d10 to see how many crew are just fucking dead?
Yeah, go for it. 9 or 10 is everyone because he did get at least one with a basic unarmed attack.
Okay, well, I rolled a 5. So 6 of them are dead?
6 of them are dead.
Okay.
Should have rolled D9 instead.
Awful. Alright.
I mean, you can do that on
Yeah, you can.
Trace.
Okay. That brings us to next round. The overseer working on the Book of the Dead looks at it, just takes a paintbrush, does a big X on the last page, slams it shut, and beelines it for the boat.
Respectable. Is the tree guy just down or is he dead?
He's not. He's barely injured.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just pissed him off.
It looks like when he does the big ground slam, it does damage his arms.
Interesting.
So his right arm is hanging on by a thread. You're not sure he can do that. Or, sorry, left arm. You're not sure he can do that again. That being said, this round he's just gonna roll to clean up the last of the crew. He has like these big sweeping attacks, so he's hitting multiple crew members in one go now.
I'm gonna sword beam him again.
You're gonna
You're gonna sword beam again?
I'm gonna sword beam him again.
All right.
Okay,
Penetration with area means I destroy his armor.
in that case, you can add up to 4 levels of up to 4 attack levels to your attack.
What?
Welcome to Dumond. The crew
Welcome
is
to
a
the crew.
resource.
Yep.
I could do 3 1s or 2 10s.
I do want to double check how much penetration was on your attack again.
1.
Okay. His armor does not look destroyed. You did not exceed his armor rating.
3 1s. We're gonna go for a leg.
Okay. Excellent. So, 3 1s, 4 attack levels. The beam goes out. As you hit his leg, combined with the area damage, you see the leg just explode as he hits the ground. You see the boat containing the slaves begin pulling out from the dock as the fire begins to spread a little bit, recovering from being set back by one with nothing. It looks like the slaves are managing to escape. Most of the overseers are working on the fire containment right now. This is probably your best chance to get out.
Okay, well,
I've always wanted to do this.
ooh.
Just run and jump out of a window.
The Dumont.
Can I enter stage left again and have the Spirit of the Unknown crashing out of the building just in time for him to land on it?
Technically speaking, Interstage Left isn't supposed to do like plot relevant vehicles. Isn't it just supposed to be for crew?
If the crew is not already present in the scene, and there is a suitably dramatic moment for them to arrive in the scene, they may do so. If appropriate, they may arrive in the spirit of the unknown. Otherwise, they can enter a nearby door, disembark, arriving bus, etc.
All right, Spirit of the Unknown. Looks like your crew got it back up and running. The Spirit of the Unknown rises, and a rope ladder is trailing behind it for you guys to grab onto. As you guys... Oh, sorry, what's up?
No, go ahead.
As you guys ascend with your quick escape, the dock goes up in a massive fireball as the last of the whale oil cooks off. The slave ship headed north to the northern docks.
Captain Dumond will have a slight pout and say, "My dojo."
I'm gonna pout slightly too and go, "None of my friends are gonna see how fucking awesome I was."
Well, one of the crew will sort of, like, without looking at him, nudge him in the side and say, "Don't worry, we got it."
I'm usually the infiltrator guy, not the jump out of a window guy.
I always wanted to be the jump out of the window guy.
Everybody respects the jump out of the window guy.
Do you guys feel like that adequately served your loyalty and passions?
Fuck yeah!
All right.
It was dramatic as shit.
In that case, however much willpower you have invested in that specific loyalty or passion, gain about half that.
I gained 3 willpower today.
Yay!
That would be my motivation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna cut back to the next sales pitch.
Mr. President says, like, man, I really hope they're having a more exciting time than we are.
Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I need to think this one over. Okay, so who comes in? But Galaxtor and a mustache. No. It's actually.
I shoot Glaxtor.
No, don't you, do you really want to, like, he's got it bad enough, he would probably just start crying. He probably wouldn't even be that hurt, he'd just be sad, and then we'd have to deal with that.
And Sam would have to kill his throat making whatever noise Glaxtor does when he cries.
No, that would be worse than Wheezy. Okay. So who comes in? But some guy you guys don't even know. He looks boring, for lack of a better word. Like if a spreadsheet was a person, it would be this guy.
Oh.
Hey there, I'm Donald. I run an accounting firm in the slums.
Okay, just so you know, I was terrified you were about to say this was Norman Man.
No. No.
Wait, isn't this what's his name's character? Joel's character before the suicidal accountant?
No, this is the accountant who wants to live.
Man.
As working abroad has become more and more viable in my field as of late, I really need to just get away from my clients because they don't understand boundaries. So I've been looking to open up an office here in the flooded district.
How specifically are you doing this without access to the internet or instantaneous communication?
No, that is the actual selling point. I am just abandoning my old clients, starting fresh.
Weren't you just talking about doing this remote?
Yeah, that's the problem. That's why I'm running. I used to be free when I went home. Now I'm not.
Who are your clients?
I understand.
Well, I have a number of contacts in the Crimsons. I had a number of contacts in 5 Points who unfortunately swapped to the Reich and didn't have the good grace to cancel my services. And several remnants in the Grand Circle who are now also somehow a part of the Reich.
Okay, he's mentioned Reich twice. I just want to make an empathy check to make sure he's not secretly part of the Reich.
Yeah.
Can I
I'll
do
use
that?
hyper charm. Are you part of the Reich?
Uh,
We're associated.
so I know how many hard dice you have in that. Give me the empathy check as well.
Do I care about width or height?
Width is probably better here.
Okay.
'Cause this is like
5 fours.
Oh, okay. You look at this man. You see a man whose soul has been slowly fucking ground over like the clients he had to choose. He just goes, "Look, if I wanted to work with the Reich, I would just be working with the Reich. I think the fact that I went to basically another country should tell you about how I view our relationship."
Did you return to them any money you were managing?
I may have stolen a considerable amount of their funds.
Welcome aboard. Jeez.
No, what requirements do you have to set up your office?
I just need a small office space where I can keep my files secure, and something to have a meeting space with my clients. If I wanted to upscale, I would probably need a full office space, but for right now,
So asking out of game, would one of the medium undeveloped plots work?
that would work with him. He has no interest in building it, so you have to... he probably has enough money that he could do the cost to build up front himself if you negotiate that, but he would keep a smaller
I'm
cut
pretty
of any
sure-
profits.
I'm pretty sure Mr. President could build the building pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Alright.
Bill would like to ask, though, are you approaching us because you want a space or because you're hoping that we can protect you from your clients if they come knocking?
Bit of column A, bit of column B.
We get money and we get to fight the Reich. I don't see a downside here.
So far,
Nazis is a time-honored tradition.
I like everything I've heard with this offer. Do we have any further questions? I don't know what questions to ask an accountant.
Let me go look up on Google questions to ask an accountant that will drive them insane.
No, I don't want to upset this guy more than us asking if he's part of the rig.
How much money would you be able to offer us for setting up here? Like what percent? What do you expect your running costs?
Don't know this market particularly well. I may have a period where I have no clients, and as I work on commission and cut, I may have a significant lead time before I start turning any appreciable amount of profit.
So Charlie, while this is happening, would like to do two things on the side.
Mm-hmm.
One, I would like to look where Quartz was and see if that date's still happening. I'm not going to observe them, I just need to see if it's still happening, or if they're done.
Yeah, they ordered an ice cream sundae and they realized that Mannequin can't eat and Quartz doesn't like ice cream, so they're just staring at it.
Wow, I thought you said the date was going well.
Wish you weren't so fucking awkward, bud.
You know what? I feel like...
Are you sure Charlie's not in the voyeurisms other than watching sad dates? About, like, watching...
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to decide about sending a message to Quartz and being like, hey, how upset would you be if we had, like, an accountant on land? I don't think he would care, but, like, he's been mad at us enough already.
Send the message to Bats and ask him how he thinks Quartz would feel.
No. I understand your thought, but no.
No?
I don't think Bats
I don't think it really
would give an
matters.
accurate answer. It also doesn't really matter. I'd rather not bother him.
That's, like, silly to bother him over that.
If he wasn't still in the middle of a date, I would have. But
Why? I'm still confused why you want to include him.
because I would like for Quartz to be in, or for us to be in Quartz's good graces as much as possible.
But why?
Because he's scary.
Why would he be our bad graces if we got an accountant?
Because that's like half of the things we go to him for.
We're visiting him less and he hates us. So, honestly, I see that as a win for him.
Just an update from the Dado Vision. Mannequin Courts are making the Sunday into Snowman.
That's cute. I'm gonna stop watching though.
Dado Vision.
I really did just want to see if they were still on the date or not.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can get the building built pretty quickly though.
Oh,
I-
prepared to put up costs for building. All right.
Would you be
What
willing to?
percentage should we take from his rent? I'm thinking like 10.
I was thinking we would offer
let's
him
get his
lowered
number
rent,
first.
but also consider having him manage our account for free, since we would likely be providing security to him as well.
Pretty low because it allows him to build up.
let's-
Donald is going to offer some paperwork. So initially, I'd be comfortable with the previous contract I had wasn't a flat rent, but a progressive profit sharing system where I gave my landlord about 7% of my after expense profits. Now I understand that cost of living is a little bit higher here in the flooded district, so I am willing to go up to 8%. But anything past that would be cutting into uncomfortable territory for me.
So
Okay.
he is handing us a contract.
Yes.
Bill will say, Charlie, could you look over this?
Why would Charlie look over it?
Charlie's just going to say that. Why would I look over that? And he's literally going to take it from you and hand it to Mr. President while still
Mr.
looking at
President's
Bill.
going to be glaring at you. Can I use my command to just burn all of his?
No, that's not what I was
Legitimate.
trying to. Okay, the one time I try to do InfoSec, you guys rip into me for it. What was
This is why
implying
our
there is
InfoSec sucks.
this is a contract that some guy has handed us. It would make sense to use C powers on it.
I mean, yeah, I will absolutely do that, but
That's what I was trying to imply there.
Everybody else is just too stupid to understand Tom's implications.
Yeah, Tom's just way too big brained. I'm still rolling intimidate.
No, he has a point. It's like we have roasted him for InfoSec more than literally any other being in this game.
Yeah.
And the second he goes, haha, I'm gonna be clever. I'm gonna imply Charlie is the one who's smart. He's gonna go, you fucking idiot! Our smart guy's here! This one!
Just use C's powers on the fucking contract.
I will do that. I did intend to see powers on everyone that walked in here at some point.
610s, Jesus Christ.
The contract is very technical. Donald is a skilled accountant, it seems like. He's a bit wordy, a bit inefficient. Honestly, like from your intelligence and general perspective, it seems like Quartz is by far the better accountant, but this guy's still good. Nothing untoward in the contract. It's like the standard amount of Weasley. It's not like he's not trying to get anything over for you guys, but he is trying to negotiate favorable terms for himself.
Okay.
Is there anything we wouldn't like in the contract?
Nothing besides the fact that, like, if he sees no profit, you guys wouldn't get anything out of him, and he would just be basically, he would basically be squatting a lot. But based on like what you're seeing here, this guy seems a bit too thorough to really be into squatting. Like he may not make a ton of money with Quartz in town, offering his services for rock bottom prices, but he'll still make money, and if Quartz ever leaves, he'll make a lot of fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
And what does Charlie see?
As far as you're aware, Donald has no powers.
Good to know.
Okay.
And I'm assuming the contract isn't powered at all?
There are no powers on the contract. It's just
I
a
will-
legally binding document.
I will hand it to Candyman. I can't think of his name. I'm sorry. It's been so long.
Sweet Tooth?
No.
Sweet Tooth. There you
Protect the
go.
sunshine.
I would actually prefer you sign this just so that we have some record of someone other than me doing, like, official documentation.
I would like one more level of suspiciousness. When he handed us his previous stuff and Bill said to hand it, and Bill said, ask Shirley to look over it, that means Bill was holding it for a moment, right?
Yes.
Can I use spot inspection on it?
Oh, I thought you were going to use electrosense.
It is a real contract. It is completely real.
Okay.
I will sign it.
Okay. Contract is signed. Donald will take up one of the unoccupied minor lots.
Oh, actually, wait. Before we sign that, can we roll back just for a second?
Yeah, sure. What's up?
Could we add a thing in there that he'll do our accounting for free?
He says that's a significant time investment for him. If he wants to do that, he'll want to bump his cut down to 6%.
It would, however, also be advertising for you, given that this is a relatively untapped market in the area.
Nevertheless, with an operation your size and the rate of expansion he's looked into, it would constitute a significant amount of his time.
Okay, 6% it is.
Is he calling us
We
fat?
negotiate for 7.
It would be a persuasion check. If
I
you
don't
guys
want to
to
use.
that.
I don't want to use hyper persuasion. So
I mean, I could certainly attempt that with Sweet Tooth. Hey, Sweet Tooth rolls 6 die for that.
Hey,
He's not awful at it.
if you guys want to assist, it wouldn't count as hyper charm.
no.
No? Just... okay.
Chris is being very careful with hyper charm since he got shot the last time he used it.
No, I also just don't think it's like really cool to fucking use it on like someone that's trying to make a genuine deal to like live somewhere.
Yeah, that's...
Look what we're gonna do, like fuck this guy out of extra money to be a douchebag.
that is 2 5s.
It doesn't fit with his morals.
He'll think, okay, in that case, Mr. President gains a willpower for adhering to his morals. I like your reasoning. And second, he'll look it over and go, I'll take 7, but I would occasionally have to deprioritize your finances if a particularly important client comes my way. Is that okay?
That's fine.
That's understandable. And if that does happen, we could talk about potentially paying you if we needed to reprioritize in a busy period.
Those terms are acceptable to me. I will. Do you have a foreman I can consult for construction purposes? I don't need anything fancy. I really
Yep.
just need.
That's me.
Excellent.
Just draw what you want.
I'm going to go consult an architect. I wasn't expecting to be able to start same day. I will be back.
Have a lovely day.
He'll head out. Crystal will see that he has a contract because she came back. She's gonna go, oh.
He was for one of the really small plots.
Okay, good. She takes the 4-leaf clover and crystal ball and leaves again.
Did she come back for another 4-leaf clover? Is that all she came back for?
He took one of the small plots, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
you take one of the
Yeah.
small ones.
We have more of those, and there have also been things in between her that were negative, and,
Okay.
Is caller number 5 now Glaxer with a mustache?
No, number 5 now is Fisher.
Fisher.
Fisher?
I'm
Didn't you
already
already
ready
have
to
a plot
say
with
yes.
Fisher?
What?
Didn't Fisher already have a plot here? Like, didn't we not already explicitly
he
give him a
already
building
had
for the...
You offered it to him? I don't know if we ever actually went over the terms.
I don't think we did.
We didn't do terms, but I think he just needed a paperwork. That's it. But Mr. President was supposed to
I
have it
would
on
like to
screen.
hear his pitch.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't have it written down that one of the lots went to him. So,
I assume that's why he's always hanging out.
I thought you guys just gave him a room.
Nope.
So, here's his pitch for the small one.
Like a second.
He has 2 pitches. One for the small lot, one for the big lot. Small lot is he would like to make a fish and tackle store. Like those little shacks they got on the waterfronts where they sell you fishing line, fishing hooks, various forms of bait, stuff like that. He is prepared to pay his rent in fish. He does not make money. The larger one, he would be able to provide like fish that have minor paranormal abilities because he knows the fish around here, and
Yeah.
be able to give you the cool ones.
That would probably be good for Sweet Tooth's storeroom.
Probably, yeah.
And Bayou Bill, who eats fish because he's an
Yeah,
elf.
you could do Bayou Bill's Louisiana rotisserie. You could even
fish.
put that one in one of the undeveloped lots. That could be your that could be one of your small ones or a warehouse. Okay, so that's his pitch for the small one. The large one is he would like to, if he got a large one, he would like to make an aquarium.
I think we'd do the small one for him.
I like the idea of saying, let's get through the other ones. If we don't use both warehouses in the next two, we have two more?
No, just one more.
Just one more?
Yeah. Wait, no, you have two more.
Oh shit, I miscounted. It should only be one more because I only have one more
No,
present.
no. I was, Mr. President was also going to bring a proposal.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The last one, you see a man who is has no skin, a bone crown, and a Groucho Marx mustache. Immediately gets shoved to the side. You see Isabella Caramella.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
Is this the sixth person?
Yes.
Turns off all my powers.
Uh,
Yes.
Isabella Caramella walks in and goes, "Hey, since the Vaqueros left, I don't have a job anymore. So, I was thinking about starting a detective agency because there is nothing I enjoy more than having literally everybody's secrets."
How do you feel about music?
Great. Wow.
You gonna make them hire him?
You could potentially it is very likely that to be a detective in this area you will need a liaison with the local police department. We happen to have someone working with them, though they are quite the character, very musically inclined.
It's Amp. We're just going to... It's Amp.
Excellent. I can work with them.
Very well.
What would your location requirements need be?
Well, stereotypically, a good detective's office is a small, rundown hole in the wall. Can't be too big.
Okay. That sounds like an easy give her a shack one, honestly.
Bill
That's a bit
has
large, but I can work with that.
Bill
No,
squints
no,
his
wait,
eyes and
wait.
says,
We can give her a
Before-
closet in the...
Before we give you... We might not have to give you the medium undeveloped plot. Would a good location for your detective location be at the back of our scavenging yard? This wouldn't interfere with the scavenging yard. This would just be a little shack that we build behind it.
Nah, that definitely feels like I would be mistaken for the scrapyard foreman. I'll just take a shack.
how would you feel
What if-
about having a partner potentially?
Depends on the partner.
They are not the most secretive or perhaps quiet person, but they're very good at getting places.
It's Tom. It's just Tom.
Explain.
Oh, are you the partner?
What?
Are you the partner? Bill, are you the partner?
No, Bill's not offering. Bill is trying to, because Bill feels really bad for Glaxtor, and
Holy fuck! Yes, I agree with this. Anyway, I was gonna say, what about one of the broom? We have like a million broom closets.
No, I
As
can't.
you
I can't
say-
have a detective agency in a candy shop. Think of the lighting. Think of the themes. Come on.
somewhere several universes and 5 right angles away, Augury Jackson coughs.
I'm good with giving her medium plot. Unless we have an idea to give her less than a medium plot, which it sounds like she kind of wants.
We could like cut one of them in half, right, and do like 2 small plots in that. Is that doable soon?
I think she would throw a fit if she had to share a lot with someone.
It's not
Wait,
sharing
wait.
a lot if we draw a line between them.
Wait, no. Half the lot would be Glaxtor's lock Emporium, and the other
She
half would
slams
be
her hand on the table, and we're secretly partners. They'll never guess. It's perfect.
Yes.
Wait,
Then we get 2 rents for the price of 1. Seth, what do
can
you
you
think?
remind me who
Athletic.
Isabella Caramella is? I feel like I vaguely remember her. Was she the person that showed up?
She's one of the Logan refugees that came with Mr. President. She
Okay.
is
She's the one with the little notepad. She was like the journalist.
No, she has the eye drops that let you see people's deepest secrets.
Oh, that one.
She is a notorious busybody.
Busybody.
Whose entire thing is she likes getting into trouble as much as possible without actually being in trouble.
Okay.
Like, she's the type of person where if there were no problems happening, she would cause the problems and then solve them from the other side while pretending she had no idea what was happening.
What's the likelihood if we give her a location that we immediately feel the consequences of her living next to us?
It depends on how busy she is or is not. If you put her with Galaxtor and Amp, it's very probable they'll keep her busy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all about distractions with her.
I think that's okay to give the joint thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll give the crystal ball lady one of the warehouses.
I'm gonna click. Charlie's gonna click his heels together 3 times and say, "Hey, Glaxtor."
You hear a high-pitched scream as you see Galaxtor hit the ground, falling from like the 2nd story. You see him speed past the window.
I didn't think that'd work.
Congratulations.
Sweet dude. I didn't think that'd work.
You see him ooze underneath the windowsill as he goes, "Yeah, what's up?"
Caramella, this is your partner.
She stares at him, mouth slightly get going. He's horrible. I love him.
Hey,
Poor
We have-
Glaxtor.
so we are going. I would like to write into the contract that Glaxtor's contract is null and void if he attempts to break into the candy shop.
Based on what Isabella just said, can Bill roll empathy?
Yeah, go for it.
Bill doesn't get in, or... Yeah, that's the one. Okay, roll. Okay, 2 10s, actually. That's pretty good.
She doesn't love him like platonically or romantically. She meant love as in someone says, "Oh, sweet, that's an amazing train wreck. I love it."
Okay, because when she said that, Bill had a really serious spike of fear, because he's like... he's okay with Glaxtor being around, but if he had to meet a Glaxling, he doesn't think he can...
Glaxling.
Did you just say Glaxling?
Yeah, like a child of Glaxtor. His progeny.
Things I didn't wish I heard
Okay.
today.
So I posted the shack allotment. Does this seem correct for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Should Bill give his pitch?
I should give his pitch.
Didn't Mr. President also have one?
Yeah, but I wasn't sure if you wanted to cut back to Derek and...
No, they are arriving back at the warehouse now. Like I said, the
Oh.
trip over is uneventful.
So, seeing all the clientele go through, I will stand up, go to the other side of the road, the other side of the table, and say, I've got a proposal as well. And then I will propose maybe a school in the other large warehouse.
Okay.
Interesting.
I want to note Avogdra has taken Mr. President's seat. She has her fingers stapled and is taking it very seriously.
How the
I
fuck
love
are
this.
they so fast?
I was waiting.
Oh, Victor, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm not sure we have other seats. I didn't know you were. You're waiting for a chair. I'm sorry.
No.
No, oh, okay.
Bill points down to his body and says, "We have more seats than you might think, and if you look closely, you'll realize that he's just been like in the floating chair exercise position this entire time. He never had a chair to begin with."
Did you just offer Avandra to sit on your lap?
That's what it sounded like.
Mr. President,
That's an HR violation.
Mr.
We really
President
need an HR.
Hancock, please. I realize you got the randiness on the brain. It comes with being a politician. But I was just implying that there were more chairs available because I'm not fucking sitting in one.
Okay, I'm back.
It's more about space, and you'll look in that fact that we're in a small room.
I also see that you aren't really denying what I just said there.
Alright,
I mean-
Avogdra is going to sip a mercury thermometer like it's a penny lick and go, is it still human resources if I'm not human?
Yes.
That feels kind of discriminatory to me, but
A human's kind of a generic word for a sapient person in our language.
Avogdra nods and sits on Bill's lap.
Okay, I didn't ask for this. So ready for that?
Like
How
there's
much
no
is that?
emotion on her face, she just did that.
How heavy is she?
Like
what I'm
600 pounds.
Alright, that's not a problem then.
Metal
That's
bones.
Now, ma'am, along with the English language and the word human, I would, Bill starts explaining to her what is specifically an HR violation is, implies he already has a thing with someone that he doesn't want this moment to ever get
Stop!
back to. What?
Avogdra shrugs and goes, "You guys started it." She goes back to the seat. Avogdra is in favor of the school because she doesn't know what that is.
So, could you lay out like more what your plans are with the school? Because I don't dislike the idea.
The reason I said we putting a school in is that we have a whole bunch of refugees coming in. The church that used to be the school here is gone, and really,
Used to be the school.
It did.
what?
I didn't know that.
I was pretty sure. I was like pretty sure in my notes that because I had it written in my notes that it was also a school in my notes. So I was like, okay, so we blew up the only fucking school.
Chris is correct in this situation. The church staff that was manning the school is gone.
So, as a way of sort of making sure our community stays, has like writing abilities and other sort of other learnings, I think a school would be useful for that. I'm pretty sure we also get you can get like a tax credit for it, but I don't know really about the tax.
I was concerned about that. I like the idea of helping the area by installing a school. I love this concept. Everyone else?
Those in favor?
Bill can teach an entire like AP course on Louisiana foods.
Avogdra withdraws her vote because she doesn't. Now that she knows what a school is, it doesn't seem as cool anymore. She's still outvoted though, so it goes through.
Well, I was also going to have Mr. President also vote in favor.
Technically speaking, Mr. President has more votes than anybody in the entire candy shop because I don't know exactly how sapient his tiny plastic men are, but
The officers are fully sapient.
okay.
They're not part of staff. They don't get votes.
Okay.
So after Mr. President gives his spiel, Bill will say, "All right." He'll get up from the position that he has been contorting himself into, but there is a chair there now, and he'll.
Sam, can I gain 16 willpower? Because 16 willpower is put into my passion of building up the community.
Gain 8 now, 8 when the school is finished and running.
Okay.
It's gonna be in like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I guess that actually is. Yeah, I forget. This has been like 2 months. I guess that is a fair amount of time.
Now, Bill will stand up, clap his hands, kind of rub them together, like, and then lean back and yell, "Skateboard!"
Skater Kid just does ollies in.
And hands Bill his Bayou Bill's Discount Louisiana rotisserie apron and battle spatula. Bill, it's very big and insanely sharp.
Bill, we've used up all of our slots.
Yes, I realize that, and I'm not very happy, but I reckon a school is probably better than the restaurant, at this point at least.
You could
However-
attach it to the candy shop.
That is true, but I have a different question I'd like to ask you. The closest thing to... Now, when I went to school, the local high school had an attached restaurant. Like, the students just ran it as they were learning their home economy class. Can I teach home economy?
I guess.
All right. Do I need a restaurateur license in this part of the city? I have never been clear about that.
Yes.
Animal pops up, hands you his restaurateur license with your picture pasted over his.
What is Animal's restaurant name, Sam?
Animal style hash browns and barbecue.
Animal, I'm really sorry I never talked to you about this before. I have some questions for you for later, if you don't mind.
No, if you don't like that idea, we have a ladder on the side of the warehouse. We could just build your smokehouse on the top.
Animal goes, if you guys clear out the scrapyard, it works as a large lot, as he goes back into the vents.
We should probably clear out the scrapyard.
I feel that could be about as dangerous as clearing the broom closets.
I think we
I don't
should do
think
it
so.
still. I mean, having a large plot's still good.
Fair.
Things we didn't think we'd be doing. Giving Glaxtor a burger joint.
Yeah, can we set it up with actually, can the only like professional equipment in there just be burger making equipment?
Yeah, Glexer's gonna look at that. He's gonna look around. He's gonna touch the stove, scream, and draw his hand back. He's gonna look at it, look at his hand, touch the stove again, scream, draw his hand back.
Like the only thing Glaxtor has ever used to cook was opening a can of SpaghettiOs with a screwdriver.
No, he used his teeth. He doesn't use tools.
Oh.
He didn't get that far.
Sam, can I do a funny scene with Amp real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, cool. So Amp will come back in with Chivalry and be like, I can't believe we actually caught the supplier. But who's the guy that's been supplying him the whole time? This Hunter character. Just to continue on that plot forever.
Wait, what plot are we talking about again?
The plot of the unicorns!
Yeah, Joe
Okay,
Carter
yeah.
was a distributor. He wasn't the supplier. For
Yeah,
the area.
but
He
you're talking
wasn't
about the
source.
hunter. Like, or is that a specific character? Or are we just adding more to this lore?
We're just
just
adding
adding
more
more
to
to
the
the
lore.
I am making
Okay.
a stat block right now.
All right, and Chivalry will say, it's really odd, actually. I don't understand where he's getting the. They don't even seem to roam in this part of the city. I don't understand where he's getting the.
Oh, they're imported.
And based on Joey
How much
Murders,
are
he has other types of animals too.
Yeah, you have a jar of basilisk guys now.
Oh,
I hand them over to
Sweet tooth.
Sweet Tooth. Yeah. Hey,
Oh.
what can you make with basilisk eyes?
Well, I've actually used these before. They're very good for making dill pickle taffy.
Actually, what happens if we give one of the basilisk eyes to the seeing lady?
ooh.
Actually, I would like to call her back in.
Crystal.
Yeah. So actually, before we call her back in, are we good setting her up in one of the large lots?
Yeah, yeah.
She pokes her head and like, I've been watching her. Am I good? No.
Yes, come in.
Like, she does like a very contained little squeal, like a little fist bump. Yes. As she comes on in.
If Captain Dumond ever finds out that this person is like who she is and what she does, he will from then on every now and then just pause, look off to the fourth wall and say, "I see you," and then go back to whatever he was doing.
He doesn't already do that.
He's done that to
just-
Charlie a few times.
I've
He
just
has done that to Charlie a few
assumed.
times.
I just assumed that he does it all the time.
I used to see
No, because there wasn't any reason for him to do it before.
I'm assuming
That
like
would be funny.
30% of the time he's experiencing a battle with the center of the mind.
Yes, could you detail for us what requirements you need to be built in your location so we can start working on that?
So it's really a lot of storage and industrial equipment. I'm gonna need a pretty constant source of sand to work with, or quartz powder. Quartz powder also works with the processes that I'm capable of doing. But the big ones are I'm gonna need a furnace, some form of fuel. I can do coal. I can't do wood around here. It doesn't burn hot enough. Stabilized whale oil would work since it's pretty magical, and that would make the finished project stronger.
No whale oil, please.
What about
We have a good
nuclear
relationship
reactor?
with the we have a good relationship with the whalers, and
Oh no,
They
I
don't
don't like
like
the the one that's mostly beeswax from the hive. That actually does burn hot enough.
yes, they very much don't like that exists.
I was gonna say, what about a nuclear reactor?
She thinks for a second. Goes, I don't know. Maybe. Never. I'm not
We
really an engineer.
because we have the technology to make nukes. We have the technology to make a nuclear reactor.
Correct. Anyway, I'll need that for a furnace. I'll need some glass blowing pipes. She lays out some more specific tools. I'll need a kiln to step down the heat over a couple of days. Cooling racks, storage, a boxing area so I can store these safely.
Okay, I was picturing. I thought she just asked for a box.
Me too.
Yeah.
It was like,
Jordan Miles comes
I was like,
Hey,
saying, you
it
can't
just-
do this to me.
Yeah, this is all stuff Mr. President can make, but
Yeah.
And I'll need a front desk and maybe someone to take orders but we'll see if it gets busy enough to warrant that, because I'll be in the back.
Certainly at the start, I think you're going to have to take the orders. We'll see about getting you someone to take orders in the future. As for supplies, the man you actually saw on the date earlier, if you remember him, I don't actually know how to visually differentiate quartz and mannequin. I don't know canon physical visual descriptions, but I'll just describe quartz.
Quartz is always very decently well dressed. He's never in anything less than a button up. He's of African descent. He has pretty short cropped hair.
He is?
Sometimes in dreads, sometimes not. But yeah.
Oh,
I've always
Mannequin
imagined
is
him looking like Aziz Ansari.
little bit. A bit more concerned with his appearance, I guess. Mannequin is unearthly pale, like a mannequin. Kind of has
So
a
just-
glossy complexion.
well, that man's name is Quartz. I don't. He has the. Yeah, I don't know. You might be able to talk with him about setting up a supply. I'm not going to promise anything, but just tell him that Sweet Tooth recommended speaking with him. He has consultation hours that are open office. If you just drop in during one of those, you should be able to talk with him about setting up a supply chain. The other things we would have to work out in time. I don't know those offhand, but I'm sure those are something we could identify, unless we might just be able to make you a nuclear reactor.
That would be very scary. But, yeah, I'd be down, I think. I will say, the Quartz Man seems very scary. Are you
No.
sure he's cool?
Respect his time, don't ask foolish questions, and for the most part, he is quite polite.
Okay, what if all
no.
of my questions are foolish?
Giovanni says,
if
I
you
can
keep your
help you
questions
talk
on-
with them.
if you keep your questions off topic, that will be fine. If you are concerned, me and him have, I think, a good relationship. I would not mind attending the meeting if that would make you feel more comfortable.
Chivalry also offers to be there.
Okay. Okay, so Crystal's just gonna nod at that and go, I'll see him on his own time. I'll just do it. I'll look up his office hours, but in the meantime, I'm gonna go back to my hotel room. It's been a long day with the grand opening and everything. Great show, by the way, guys.
Thank you.
It's,
It was a lot to organize very quickly.
yeah, it was good though. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. I'll see you guys.
Have a lovely evening.
Have a
As
lovely
she
evening.
walks away, she hears Chivalry say, "Why the fuck do you have a jar of my tears?"
Well, she starts sprinting off.
I thought you'd be more upset that we arrested like 40 people today.
I've learned not to ask many questions when it comes to you.
Ah, fair enough. So what did you guys do all day?
We've been hearing proposals.
Boring.
A little bit, although we met some interesting characters. That tax store fellow dropped by and, well, actually, I'm going to go over and see if he actually ever met up with Corey.
He didn't.
Okay.
That being said, Corey did come back as the festivities are winding down. He came in to check on you guys. You see him reading a note, looking quite upset. He goes, all right, first things first, because this is going to be a bombshell. But before we get there, hey, there's going to be some powerful groups in town for a little bit. Our ways out are our ships out are kind of overburdened, so a lot of these people are going to be sticking around so we're going to keep the festivities going for a day or two in a lesser capacity. Keep these people busy. Second, I tried to find you in your room. I found this on the pillow. He hands you a note in handwriting that says, "Bring Quake's artifact to the church." And Charlie, you didn't see anyone enter the candy shop besides the people interviewing for the position.
Wasn't Quake's artifact destroyed by Urban Decay?
You guys found the remnants of it.
We did?
You thought it was destroyed, but you found it later.
Yeah, we've had it this entire time.
Okay. Okay. Well,
I believe
guess
it's
we're doing that.
signed with the initials HS.
doesn't mean nothing to me.
Yeah. Okay. That's going to be the end of the session. First things first, experience point for everyone.
Yeah.
Second, who would you guys say was most useful tonight? Or had the biggest impact, I suppose.
Glaxtor. He had the biggest impact.
No.
The boy does need the points. I did build on 50 points.
Actually, no. You know what?
No. Stop looking for Glaxtor.
He can be pretty. You can still be pretty good on 50 points. Look at Filth.
Oh. Tom's about to join me in Glaxtor.
You know what? I think Charlie did all the negotiations for interrogating people about what they were going to do with land, all that stuff.
Honestly, I think also progressing the plot. Derek and
Charlie.
and Derek and Bob both actually moved the plot forward a little bit by attacking. By once again fucking with the hive.
Yarhar.
Har.
Hopefully being a part is alright with me. Well, we're gonna have to have a tiebreaker somewhere. Somebody's changed their vote.
That's on Tom.
I haven't voted. But I'm
Yeah,
going
you
to
haven't.
Tom.
I was gonna vote for. I'll vote for Captain Dumont.
Okay, I believe that's gives Dumont
Oh.
the majority.
Nope, that leaves
I will
Charles
vote.
fighting.
I will vote for Bob, so they have to split the point.
Oh god. Fine, I vote for Bob too.
Alright, Bob, John gets the experience point.
I would like to change my vote to half between Bob and Dumont.
Nope.
Okay, so who's taking character best this session?
Seth.
Charlie did adhere to his character trait of he does the talking.
Seth.
I at least tried to help, but Bill ultimately didn't get his restaurant, so I don't know if I count.
I mean, it might
I was actually going to vote for you for trying.
Give it to Tom for trying.
Second place, but he tries harder.
Alright, so is that going to Charlie?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Alright, Seth, gain that experience point. Finally, who had the best bit or was funniest tonight?
Tom did something, and I forget what it was.
It is the voyeur.
Orb.
Yeah,
I vote for
Tom.
Tom too.
The voyeur was very strong. Tom, you gained that experience point. Okay, and free-for-all question. What's the worst sales pitch for one of the lots you guys can come up with?
Okay,
Jackknife's mind, the Hangman's Mindscape.
I have a very powerful
Just insert that
answer.
low-tier god quote right here.
No, Tom, you already gave yours earlier in the session.
What? Oh.
Rent
I'm
your
sorry, I
own,
had to.
rent your own
I
designated
didn't
shipping
ask
street.
for a plot because you said there weren't any. I asked to be the home economy teacher. My answer for this question is Dredger rolls up and starts selling art the waterlogged made for him.
Oh no! The worst art gallery.
Yeah.
Okay. So my concept is, so we're going to use the scrapyard. We're not going to clear it out. What we're going to do is we're going to build a roof over it. We're not going to build walls because that's too much effort. And we're going to build a really big sound system. Then we're going to build a couple big lights attached to the roof. Using Charlie's glass, he's going to turn the outside of them to glass so that the kaleidoscope effects hits and we have strobe lights. And around the scrapyard, we're going to have a dance floor.
I thought you said bad ideas.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like,
Alright,
Honestly.
that leaves Dumond and I believe Bob.
I also vote
I zoned out during that. I abstained.
Well, okay.
Did Bob also abstain?
I said I also vote Charlie.
Oh, you're voting for Charlie. Okay. Alright. Who do you guys think had the worst one? We have one vote for Charlie. The rave yard. Now you might say
that's like the best option. How? That's not a bad option, though. That's
That's horrible.
What do you
it's not.
best option?
Okay,
The best
okay.
option out
have-
of the three
no,
we
no, no.
offered.
No. I want you to stop and think about this for just 1 second. We're doing this while Reginald's not here.
Yeah, we're setting it up for Reginald for his homecoming. At the same time, we have access to all of the FOPs. We have AMP. We're actually very well set up to do that.
why are we
Did
not
you
making a rave?
did you guys miss the point where I
Honestly-
very explicitly didn't clear out the scrapyard for this?
Honestly, if you bring it up to Amp,
improves the experience.
All right, yeah, that was going in quotes.
Not clearing it out just makes it like it's a.
Now it
that's
has
just
a
not-
theme. Now it's cool.
Yeah, and you can call it the scrapyard now because of that.
Yeah.
Look, if someone asks for a bad song to be put on, you can throw them in the needle pile. It's great.
Do we have a needle pile? Is there
Yeah.
is there a piece of
so-
hay in it?
Yeah, we had a needle pile.
Seth, tell me this dance club would be any less. Tell me this dance club would be any more dangerous than fucking creams.
I actually think it would be a lot more dangerous than creams, in different
what I'm
ways.
hearing is Seth gets the experience for this just because he accidentally made the best idea.
No, you asked what the worst idea was.
Yeah, and he broke the question. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, Sam, just decide who gets the point.
Tom, because the idea of a waterlogged art gallery is existentially horrifying to me.
All right.
Thank you.
Can I ask a question for you, Sam?
Yes.
Can I have an additional 0.3 points so I can go to a whole number in exchange for having been shit all over for trying to do InfoSec?
Fucking
That
lutely
was
not.
funny, and I also enjoy making people wait for the partial experience.
Okay.
I've been stuck at 0.1333333333333 for a long fucking time, Tom.
Yeah, I've just never been given a partial experience as part of a bit. It doesn't happen.
You gotta be patient.
I am currently at 4.43.
I'll see.
It happened.
I don't remember.
It really doesn't happen very frequently.
But what
just-
it's done is, oh, chef's kiss.
I have been at like 11 and 1/7 for.
Hey, Sam, can I have 0.001 points to piss off Tom?
Yes, but you can't spend them on characters. Don't add them to your overall experience, though. Put it on a separate sheet.
I'm not doing that.
I'll do that,
Too much
Sam.
effort.
Okay,
Can I donate
put it-
that 0.001 XP to Glaxtor?
Yes, I will add it to the
Okay.
store.
Okay, there we go. My boy.
He is now able to buy another dice.
Ooh.
Of what?
Exactly.
Oh, I mean, I think he probably does need to buy base will.
Yeah. You can use that experience to buy another antler.
Galaxtor is actually like he was originally supposed to be like part of a colony of characters where they were all supposed to like have enough synergy and be built on the same point total. And then I didn't finish any of the other ones, and then I used Galaxtor, and now he's just here. Now he's an
It's a good
amalgamation of
reoccurring
broken
character.
pointers.
It's the long latest.
He's a disaster, and I love him.
It's so good.
Alright. Any final thoughts? Any questions? If you guys have any thoughts during the week about stuff you want to try for the Civil War, just post it in Candy Ragnarok.
Civil
Okay.
War? What Civil War? Oh, yeah.
Iron Legion one.
Already forgotten.
Does anyone have ideas for the attributions of the past two quotes I have in there?
I don't have anything. The tetanus improves the experience. A different kind of lockjaw. I don't know if that requires a lot of references. I don't know if that works.
I don't know any of them, but I have still do it.
So tetanus can lock your joints, but
I know that one.
Ecstasy causes you to grind your teeth. That's why people
Yeah.
use pacifiers when they have them.
You could also simplify a bit to pop and lock.
Yeah, we're gonna do that one. That's kind of funny.
Seth, are you free tomorrow? Around noon?
Maybe? I think so.
Okay. Just let me know. Just text me.
Message me around noon if I don't just hop on.
If I see you in Genshin Impact, I'll call you.
Okay.
Remember, friends don't let friends play Genshin Impact.
I play that game all the time. It's great.
I know, he can play Genshin Impact.
Oh, and I thought the implication here was that Chris also plays Genshin Impact.
Remember,
Yeah.
friends don't let friends play Genshin Impact.
No, I'm gonna be playing the Division with Nishot.
Isn't that just like doing math?
What?
Isn't that just doing math?
Division?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just doing math. I mean, that's what. I mean, if you've seen the math Nisha does for a living, I mean, simple math is like a game for her.
Later, guys. I'm going to
Either.
bed.
Good night.
Is anyone still awake enough to phase shift?
I could phase.
I'm gonna go get ready for work and
Alright.
lay down for a minute.
Second phase shift.